What's going on, everybody? And we are logging on to episode 155 of the podcast. We are joined by some very special guests this episode with a very special topic as well. We got a newcomer to the podcast. Let me introduce you to you guys now. Patty D. How we doing, my man?
Hello. Thank you for having me on. This is my first time. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I've been meaning to have you on the pod for a while because we always have good movie conversations every time we see each other. So I'm glad to finally have you on. We are also joined by a veteran, actually, of the podcast.
Back in real life.
Let me get through this. All right, hold on. So we got someone who's a veteran. He's literally been the maybe fourth guest ever on this podcast. Maddie Ellis, thank you for being on here.
Testicle 1, 2, 3. Testicle testing.
It's good to have you back on.
Thank you, Frank. I'm good. It's an honor for you to have me on here.
Of course, and this was a little bit more of a last minute thing.
Yeah, last minute edition. I told you I'm coming on. There's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad to have you here. Glad to have you here, man.
Yeah, well, you can't say otherwise, We'll make the whole thing awkward, so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so. So this episode...
Yeah, what's this episode about, Frank?
This episode is about our top 5 favorite movie reboots.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
Wow.
Yes. We've been trying to get back into more movie topics lately, and I thought this was an interesting one to do because reboots is a very topical thing nowadays. It's more of like a trend in a sense to try to. That's
completely unprofessional on my part.
That's unacceptable.
You know what? I'll take the L for that. It was completely
anyway, it's like a trend-setting thing, reboots. Like, after one thing gets remade, it's like, oh, wait, maybe we could do something different with this other thing, and they'll make it.
Okay.
Okay. And I want to go around the room real quick.
Okay.
See if we have the same opinion as my own.
Okay.
Matt. God. Of why we think reboots became a thing.
Okay.
Okay. My number one obvious answer, cash grab, moneymaker. People know the IP already. It's recognizable. People will go see it if it's recognizable and they already know it. I do think there are times, and I think there's more times than not, where there are actually fresh ideas that could be added to a story that's already been made and make it even better, maybe in some chances too. But for the main part, the studios are all about business. It's all about the cash grab for me. What do you think, Pat?
I think it's really just to breathe life, but majority of the time, Hollywood is freaking running out of ideas.
Yes.
And it's sad as hell.
It is.
Get some people in there. You take some stuff from comic books. That's been doing for how long?
Yeah, right.
Got too many good stories in there. Pass up.
Agreed.
And then, like you said as well, it is just for cash grab.
Yeah.
Disney, I'm looking at you.
Oh, dude, they're the main culprit. They're the main culprit of them. With all these live action remakes of their classic cartoon movies.
I'm starting to go down in the toilet.
It's been going down.
And they don't even do the real good ones. One like Treasure Planet.
Ooh, what? No. Was it Treasure Planet or Treasure Island?
Treasure Island was the original one. Treasure Planet was the book.
Treasure Island was the book. Treasure Planet was the movie that they did.
Yeah, that like Matt said.
Horribly, so you'll never see a reboot of that.
Yeah.
What's the Disney movie? It's a very low key, I'm pretty sure, straight to VHS Disney movie.
It's Aladdin 2.
No, well, but that was also good. What was that? Revenge of Jafar or something like that.
Yeah,
that was a good movie.
Then they had a third one.
That was good. I didn't watch the third one.
Neither do I.
But what's the one about Atlantis?
It's called Atlantis.
Yeah, is that all it's called?
Lost City of Atlantis.
Lost City of Atlantis.
That one was actually hype. I love that one.
That was phenomenal.
I love that one.
I don't know if that was
the first one was. The second one was not because they sent it immediately.
Didn't you used to have a
I used to watch that on
to check.
I used to watch that on what was it? Jetix.
Yeah, that was the shit back in the day, dude.
What's the other movie too that I think didn't go to theaters but went straight to VHS? The Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove was in theaters.
Was it?
Yeah.
Now you know they made something after that.
You're
I think
thinking
it
about
was
They
Kronk's,
did. It was
Kronk's New Groove.
Yeah,
Kronk's New Groove.
That's what it
I
was.
never watched that. I thought
it was good. I thought it was okay.
You see, that's a movie that
Atlantis:
should
The
be
Lost Empire. That's the one you're
remade,
talking
maybe.
about, right?
Yeah.
Key the Milo Thatch the goat.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only thing I really know, I saw a bit of that movie, but the only thing I really know is that someone made like an edit of Tarzan and Milo like in love to the backing of Taylor Swift's.
Oh my god.
I
What
feel
was that
like you
song?
probably find this on some website.
Yes, some Taylor Swift song. Yeah, it was pretty. I thought it was really funny actually. I was laughing a lot.
People also think that random thought here, but people think that Anna and Elsa is like related to.
No, it was a
Tarzan.
feature. It was a feature film. It was in. It was in the theaters.
Random.
The Atlantis one.
Yeah, that was in theaters.
Really?
Yep.
See, there are some sleepers. There are some sleepers that should be remade nowadays because it's such an excellent story and characters. And
why?
those would do good.
Like why?
Fuck a Mufasa movie that's coming out
Oh
soon.
yes, why?
Why?
I really don't understand as to why.
I think they're ruining the hype around Lion King by making the. Well, first off, I didn't even watch it, but I heard it was awful. The live action Lion King remake. Heard it was
Why do we
bad.
need it?
Just pissing
Why do
on
we
a good
need
project.
Why do you need it?
Why do you need it?
Why do you need it?
Why do you
It's
need it?
cash grab. They need it, not us.
I think it's also a
definitely do
risk
need
to
it.
invest in like a new property, right? Only for it to flop.
Yeah, well, but that's the struggle too. That's a great point to bring up also because that might be another reason why they lean more towards remakes and reboots because original IP just doesn't do it anymore
Like
for
Morbius.
people. And well, Morbius is already an IP before the movie.
Yeah, but like a
even
new
came out.
movie. Yeah, but like who's reading like all these comics? Like the niche, like nerd, like crowd.
But
That
there's
is
still
fair.
an IP. I'm talking about original.
But most movies
storytelling.
aren't original. They're just adapted from books or any, stuff.
You're
that somebody,
right.
You know,
You're right.
Books, plays, like you said,
Anything.
graphic novels.
Yes.
And even now, video games.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, video game content in media and film have been striving as of late.
Oh yeah,
You have Fallout, which I heard is great.
brilliant.
The Last of Us, great. I'm a big fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
Yeah,
Those are good.
The Mario movie, not the best, like pretty thin,
I liked it, dude. I
thin
liked
plot
it.
story,
I
but
liked it.
I loved it still.
I liked
I
it.
loved it.
animation was brilliant, and then
And other things
Yeah.
too, and a whole bunch of other things. A Minecraft movie is coming out with Jason Momoa and Jack Black.
I'm wondering what they're gonna do with that.
I have no idea. No idea. I don't know how they're going to play it off right. A Borderlands movie is coming out, which might set the progress back a little bit because I don't think it's going to do that well.
Yeah, a lot of people have been thinking about that. I've been reading online.
It's been in the works
Weird
for
casting.
quite a long
Weird
time.
casting.
Yeah, that's
Weird
the big thing.
casting.
Very
Kevin
strange
Hart-
casting.
But at the same
See
time,
Kevin Hart is rolling, dude? Yeah. That's the weirdest choice ever.
That's the biggest thing everybody.
Do you know what they should have
Roland's
had?
like a
They should have had
man.
Terry Crews be rolling.
yeah, right. I looked up after we watched the trailer
Uh-huh.
that night. I was like, "Why is he saying that Kevin Hart is not a good fit for this?" And then I saw.
And then
an
you looked
actual
at the
pic-
character?
Yes.
Yeah. No, Terry Crews
So
would
many
definitely
other
been
people. You
perfect.
could have gotten Terry Crews. You could have got Idris Elba. Anyone that's like fucking tall.
Yeah,
I love
Brolic,
Kevin Hart,
yeah.
but just you got to be taller, man. God.
Well, he's hipping now, so that's obviously
is
why
true
they
as well.
chose him. You know, and I think Kevin Hart also has very good chemistry with a lot of people on screen, and I think
Black
that's what.
especially.
Yeah. Well, because they were in the movie Jumanji together, both of the Jumanjis.
Yeah, but what? Jack Black is like Claptrap, right?
Claptrap, yeah.
Yeah, so isn't he's probably recording his lines separately in a different studio. He's probably not even with like any of the other crew.
Yeah.
Great point to bring up, but still, the fact that they're together again is going to bring audiences back.
Oh yeah.
Maybe some select
I think we
audiences
need
back.
another Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly movie. That's what
I
think
agree,
that we need.
but they did try to do that after Step Brothers and Talladega Nights with another movie. I forgot what it was called, but it did. I forgot what it was called, but it did not do well at all,
Really?
critically or box office wise, and I think that's when they stopped it. I also think they're not friends anymore.
Damn.
I think there's a story out there saying that they kind of broke their relationship off in filming stuff because something happened
Between them.
between them. Yeah.
Sad.
I think they were fighting for a role.
No, they were competing for a role.
Yeah,
that can kinda
I think
do
that
it.
I think that's what it was.
That can
I think
definitely
that's
do
what
it.
it was.
Hurts the soul. That was a good combo.
Great combo. I mean, Step Brothers. We watched it a
Amazing.
couple nights ago.
Amazing.
It
Still
was,
holds up.
It still holds up. It's incredible. I haven't watched Talladega Nights, The Ballad of
I
Ricky
do
Bobby,
not
in a
like
while.
that movie at all.
You don't?
No, I think that movie's incredibly unfunny.
Really? Because I fucking love that movie.
Really, you love Talladega Nights?
Oh, dude, it's so good.
Do you like Anchorman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that movie too.
Really?
Yeah, horrible.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand it.
Anchorman, I think, is Will Ferrell's most iconic character.
Mm-hmm.
But Will
I would
Ferrell's,
say Buddy the Elf is pretty iconic.
But Will's Ferrell...
True.
Yes. But, okay, so perfect. Elf. That's probably his most popular movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Ron Burgundy may be the most popular character, but I think he beats Buddy by a small amount. But it still makes the movie Elf more popular than Anchorman, I think.
And
I
more
definitely
people have
say
seen
so.
Elf than they have seen Anchorman.
Yeah,
most
because
definitely.
what do you think of when you think of Christmas? You think of Will Ferrell when he was Buddy Elf.
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
think Rudolph, personally.
Yeah, screaming at the top of his lungs at the
Santa!
boy shop. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't even think of I think of Elf.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
you think of Elf before Rudolph?
Deep
Yes.
down, I think of Rudolph, but I think more of like, you think of Buddy the Elf, you think of,
I think Rudolph's more of an afterthought.
you're going to shoot your eye out,
Really?
kid.
Yeah.
That's weird, dude. That's a weird take. I don't know about that one, dude.
When I think of Christmas,
Elf?
the top 3 movies right now that I think of, Elf,
Okay.
Home Alone,
Home Alone's great.
and, you know, as a joke, I kind of want to say Die Hard, but I'm not going to put that on the top 3.
Never seen it.
I would probably put, I guess Rudolph would be a number 3 maybe.
Frosty, dude.
Frosty I loved as a kid too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
But I'll also put
Dude, a lot of
Nightmare
the stop
Before
motion
Christmas.
kind of.
What happened?
Would you put Nightmare Before Christmas?
So that's like a hybrid. That's
That's more of
a
a
hybrid holiday
dude.
movie.
I think more of Halloween when I think of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Me
That's
too.
fair.
Which is pretty ironic considering Christmas is in the title, but I definitely think more of.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
But I definitely think more of Halloween. I think that's more of a Halloween-esque movie.
Yeah,
Agreed.
that's true.
Agreed. I mean, your main character is a skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's all creepy.
All the characters
grotesque.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. I think we should just get into our top 5 list.
Well, I think we should talk
now.
about Knuckles actually first because we didn't talk about Knuckles.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. So with Knuckles, I put my review up. I believe, if I remember correctly, I could look it up, but I do believe I gave it a 7 out of 10 logs. I want to know your thoughts about this after I say
Okay.
my piece here, but I very much enjoyed it. Especially the beginning, it brought me back into that world and the charm of those Sonic movies. I very much enjoyed it. It's 6 episodes. First 3 episodes, pretty primary focus on Knuckles, and I absolutely love it. The last 3 episodes, more of the focus on Wade Wimple. And that's when I was like, no, I'm sorry, but no. And
off. Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, when I was watching the trailers and I read the premise of this show, I was like, dude, the whole buddy cop thing with the dumb cop Wade Wimple from the movies, I don't think this is gonna work. I actually cared about Wade in this show. Like, I think he was a good character. I think he was a good part of the show as a main character. But to have him as the main focus, especially in the last 3 episodes, it started to go off for me a little bit. It started to go off. Like, even the final fight between Knuckles and the main bad guy who wanted his power, which, by the way, is played by the actor who plays the Hound from Game of Thrones. Love that guy. Very anticlimactic. The final battle between the two was like, okay. And then Wade gets involved in that final fight somehow, some way, and skills it. Like, no, like, spoiler alert. But it kind of fell a little flat for me. And also a little bit of a disappointment that there was no tease for Sonic 3 coming out later this year. What are your thoughts?
Was there even a shadow tease?
No.
Did you not
Nothing
see it?
at
You didn't see
all.
it, right, Pat? You didn't see it at all?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, good. You don't need to. It's awful.
You didn't like it at
No,
all?
I thought it was horrible.
Oh, really?
I thought it was horrible. I thought it had some funny moments, but I thought the writing was was pretty dog shit compared to the actual movies. Those first two movies were really good. I really enjoyed those first two movies.
Yeah.
Especially the second one. I thought the second one was a big
The second one is great.
was a big step up, but I
Yeah.
thought the writing was like definitely got the B team or something, like the interns to work on this movie.
Oh,
To be honest
definitely.
with you.
Definitely.
It was most of that writing was horrendous.
And they were really
Horrendous. And
leaning-
Wade wasn't so. I can't stand that guy. I really can't.
Well, I can't stand him in the movies.
I
And the
can't.
fact that he was
I
going to
loved
be a
his
main
dad though.
character.
His
in
dad
this.
was really funny.
The dad.
Pistol Pete, dude.
Dude,
I love.
wanna
Pistol
know who
Pete.
I thought the
Pistol
funny-
Pete I did like.
I did like him.
Uh-huh.
You know who I thought the funniest character was?
Who was that?
Wade's former bowling teammate.
Oh, the bounty hunter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Knuckles gets the classic cowboy
Yeah, I
hat.
get that. I thought he was a little too try hard.
No, dude, I thought he was the funniest character in the show.
You know what? I thought he was pretty good up until it was. I did like that scene when he was in the limo, and he was like harassing that girl's
Oh,
parents.
yeah.
Yeah, and he was making them.
I thought every scene he was in was great.
I did not like that scene with the that musical number.
See, that's
I
actually
couldn't
the part
stand
that
that.
I loved the
I
most.
hated that, dude. I was getting really upset. Like I was like, this is dragging on way too long.
But that's when they were really focusing on Wade and his internal
yeah, but
problems.
the whole show was. I don't even know why it was called Knuckles because the whole
Agreed.
show was
Agreed.
basically about. Dude,
It
Knuckles,
was about Wade.
I feel like Knuckles was definitely a secondary character in that show.
Yeah, he was.
He was definitely a secondary. He was like, dude, I would say he was like barely in it, dude.
Besides the first 3 episodes, he was barely in it because it
Dude,
started with Knuckles.
I would even say the first
And
3
then went
episodes
to
focused
Wade.
more on Wade too than Knuckles.
Yeah, but it introduced Knuckles first, obviously, instead of Wade.
Yeah, it was not good. I don't think it was good at all. It had its moments. Great soundtrack too. A lot of 80s hits.
Yeah,
Loved
yeah,
it.
that-
Love the soundtrack.
Which, I don't know if it necessarily fits with it, but it was still
Dude,
good
whoever
to
worked on it
hear.
loved the 80s. Whoever was like, working on it, like
Right, but for, out of all things, Knuckles the Echidna? Why 80s music?
Ugandan
why
Knuckles.
not? What are they
man.
gonna put for
I would add some sort of, tribal rap mix.
tribal rap?
I swear to God, he was a part of a tribe, first off. And second off, we hear rap music in Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Pumpkin Hill. Yep, you're right.
So why not rap music?
You get Idris Elba to do it.
To rap, dude?
Dude, he did rap in a track.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard that song?
Man, that was a
Yeah,
long
he
time
actually
ago I heard
skills
that.
it.
Really?
Yeah, he actually skills it. One track. I forgot what it was called
Okay.
or anything of that nature,
Interesting.
but he has before.
Yeah, I just thought, dude, I don't know. I couldn't stand Wade. I just thought he was very annoying.
He is a annoying character.
He's super annoying. I think he's insufferable. I really just couldn't stand to watch him most of the time. And I thought he wasn't like haha cheesy funny. I thought he was like very cringy, like unfunny.
Oof.
Very just like not. It just wasn't. He just wasn't funny. He wasn't funny at all. He was more annoying than anything.
I'll tell you one scene I did love.
Except the bowling scene with him. I thought he was very good in that. I definitely like
The final
Yeah, I think the
bowling
actor's
scene.
fine. I don't have a problem with the actor. I just think the character itself is very
No, agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
the character itself is just very annoying. I just can't stand him.
Yeah.
And especially when he's like sitting down and he just mentions like the problems that he has with his dad to like Knuckles. But I feel like the way they introduced it was very like out of nowhere and it was very kind of like unorganic. It was
unorganic.
It was not organic. The way
And
that
those
they
were
introduced
the
this,
those
yeah.
were the cringiest scenes.
Yeah. When he was talking
When
about
he
his relationship
when he
with
would
his
go
dad.
like what would the mom say? He's a what? The dad?
schmuck.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the mom would say he's a schmuck. And then he would go, he's not a schmuck.
He's my dad.
He's my dad.
He's my dad.
And I'm like, this is pretty cringy. But we gotta also be reminded that it is a kid show.
That is true.
It is a kid show.
Yeah, it's a kid show, but like look at the Sonic movies. There's like blow it out of the water.
They should
And the
do it
writing in
for-
that is
They
like
do
way-
blow it out of the water for sure.
way better. And I don't go to a Sonic movie to watch the human characters. I don't go to there to watch Donut Lord, dude. I go
That's
there
why I
go
was
there to
so-
see Sonic.
That's why I was so pissed with the subplot in Sonic 2 with the whole wedding thing. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny to be honest with you.
I hated it.
Yeah, but Sonic and Tails were like really the main focus of that movie. Like they had like
They
the
really
screen
were.
time.
I mean, they were great together in the movie. I do believe they formed the bond between the two, but it was really about Sonic and Knuckles.
Well, here's the only characters you really need to care about: Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Dr. Eggman. And that's it.
Correct.
Those are the only characters you like really actually like care about.
Correct.
You know, who cares about Donut Lord and his wife, dude? I'm definitely not.
Well,
there,
that proves my point even more. That
who cares
part
about Wade,
sucked with the wedding.
Dude, I was watching it with my girlfriend, and she's like, "Who's Wade?" And I was like, "He's like the guy from the movies. You don't remember?" She's like, "No, I don't even remember this guy at all." And I'm like, "Well, there you go. He's like so unmemorable that you don't like." I was like, "So like, who is this guy? Like, why is he in the show? Why is he in the show? You should have just called it Wade."
Yeah, they should have just called it Wade.
But who's gonna go see a show called Wade because you're there for Knuckles?
Unless they think it's like a Deadpool show.
I mean, then you would go watch.
Then you would go watch it.
Watch
Then
it.
you would go watch it.
Maybe so, but
You
that's,
see one of the antics.
that's my
what
thoughts.
Wade
I thought it
gets
could.
into.
I really hope they don't try this again. To be honest with you.
Well, no, I do. I do want them to try because
I don't need
think
another Sonic cinematic universe, dude. I really don't.
Well,
need
that's
another,
what they're
like,
planning on doing. Just to let you know, and
Well, they're gonna wipe him out. What the fuck's gonna happen?
and well, listen. I hope they because I clearly like the show a little
Only
bit
if they
more
have
than
Rouge the
you
Bat
did.
and her fat tits are like the
Yeah.
main star, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if she's in Sonic 3, dude, and they reduce her tits, I'm like, damn. Like,
If they make it more
that's
PG,
cancel culture has taken
I'll say this:
the mainstream.
if they did what they did to Lola Bunny in the new Space Jam to Rouge,
Oh, completely, dude. Like, what? Did
then
they do to
I
her,
would
dude?
be pissed.
What did they do to Lola Bunny? Now, I'm not a furry by any means, but
Well, all right.
she was hot as fuck, dude. And like, what are you gonna
Well,
do?
then, I'm glad you said it because I was about to make a confession that I thought Lola Bunny back in the day was hot as fuck,
Fuck.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah, bro.
and I'm not a furry or anything like that.
Neither am I.
No, I'm
But-
definitely not a furry. And yeah, we're not furries, guys.
We're not
so, like,
furries.
so don't like
No,
call
no.
us furries or anything, because like we're fucking not.
Yeah,
dude.
right.
We're like,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're like.
Young childhood fantasies. That's what it was.
No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
no,
That
no,
doesn't
no.
help.
You gotta cut that out. Then.
All right, let's rewind and fucking yeah.
Oh fuck.
You know what it is? It's the woke liberal media destroying sexy Lola Bunny and Rouge the Bat. That's what it is.
It was crazy that they did that.
Curse you, liberals!
You want to know what's also crazy that they took out a character in Space Jam 2. You know who they took out? Because he got canceled.
Oh, dude, Leghorn, Foghorn Leghorn.
No, he was in it.
Was he in it?
Yeah.
I don't remember him in it.
Take a guess. You take a guess.
Oh, I
think
the
you know.
skunk dude, right?
What?
Oh, Pepe Le
the
Pew.
skunk. Pepe Le Pew they took out
Yeah,
because he
why,
got
'cause he's
canceled.
like sexually harassed.
Yes,
yeah,
correct.
I forgot about that whole thing. Wow.
We live in a world nowadays where cartoon fictional characters.
What about Speedy
Get
Gonzalez
canceled.
too, right?
Speedy
Speedy
Gonzalez
Gonzalez
was in it. I think Speedy was in it.
How is Speedy Gonzalez? Dude, he's like considered like a huge racial stereotype.
Yeah, I know. I
like
heard
he's
that
like
too. I heard that
The
too.
mascot of Mexico, though. I feel like whenever I think of him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know.
I think it's
Mexicans
more
love
of
him,
an
like,
America
I don't-
thing.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
possibly
but I
true.
don't think like Pepe Le Pew. It's not because of the French thing. It's because of the sexual
No, it's
harassment.
Yeah,
about
like,
the sexual thing.
basically
Yeah, right.
him
That's all it is to it.
Tackling her to the ground every time. The phrase.
Yeah, right. It's
Not the
in,
greatest look there, sir.
sure it might not be the greatest look, but it's a
He
fucking
wanted to fuck
cartoon.
a cat too.
That is
It wasn't
true.
even a skunk. It was a cat.
That is true as well.
Was it a cat? The girl?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
it was a
cat.
cat. It was a
Get
cat.
out.
She would
It
get
was
like
a cat.
paint spilled on her or
Yep.
something to make her look like a skunk, and that's why he was
Get
like, into
out!
her. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was even another skunk. Yeah,
Oh,
She
it was
got
a cat.
paint trail down
I
her
definitely
back
had to
when
have
it was
seen
right
that
there.
before, but I just don't remember that
I
now.
watched that, and it was a Tweety movie where Tweety was going around the world or something like that.
Yeah, I think I watched that too, actually.
Dude, are you
On
talking about
VHS. I can't remember
Yep.
what it was, though.
what was the Looney Tunes movie?
Yeah, but it was focused
Tweety's
on
like,
Tweety.
oh, I'm flying around the world.
It wasn't
and I
Looney
gotta
Tunes back in action,
stamp.
was it?
Did Tweety have like the airplane pilot hat on thing?
He had a little friend that was like pink. She almost looked like she had a big black eye.
That I don't
Puffed
remember. That I don't remember.
I mean,
But
I don't know.
yeah.
Pepe Le Pew is a good representation of every guy like you'll see at the club, though, too.
That is a fair assessment.
You know?
Especially in some
except
areas.
less classy.
Yeah.
Like at least Pepe was more classy than what you would see at
Yeah, he would tell you when he's coming over. That was really
Porta. You know. So.
Yeah, DJs, dude.
yeah. DJs like any of those, you know. What was my point though? Oh, this is the point. They back to the Knuckles thing.
Yeah.
You said that you hope that they don't try something
Yeah, that they
like
just
this
stop
again.
it. Yeah.
I disagree. And I think their formula, in fact, is going to be movie, miniseries.
Yeah, because next we're gonna get like freaking Shadow and
Yes.
We're gonna get Shadow, and it's
Yes.
actually gonna focus on Dr. Robotnik's sidekick the entire time.
Dude.
Makes the best.
And at least Stone is a better character.
I
than
will say
Wade,
that Stone is awesome, dude. I actually gotta
but
do like.
I would hate that. I hope this is what I hope. Sonic 3. It's like almost the premise of Sonic Adventure 2.
It is the premise of Sonic Adventure.
Well, I say almost because it has to fit in a movie
What was Sonic
format.
2 was Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and then they skipped Adventure and they went right to
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
and they went right to Sonic 2.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure
So,
2.
and I hope the miniseries after Sonic 3 is Shadow the Hedgehog, and we start to get to see some
And the
real
next
in-depth
is Sonic
stuff
Heroes
with Shadow. No, I don't think they'll. Well,
with Big the Cat, and he's gonna make his first full appearance in 3D CGI with his big man hands, dude. His big strangler hands, dude.
let's make our
His big
prediction
John Wayne
roster.
Gacy hands.
Let's make our prediction roster right now of who's going to be in Sonic 3.
Okay, Rouge
Not
the Bat.
that's not confirmed yet. And then who we would want to see in Sonic 4, a list of 5 characters per category, Sonic 3 and Sonic 4. So, I'll start off first. Sonic 3. The ones that aren't confirmed yet, I think we're definitely going to see Rouge. I think we're definitely going to see Rouge. Actually, let's not stick to 5 because that's a lot.
Tits included or
3.
not?
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna reduce her breasts?
I think they'll put
This
her
is
in-
a legitimate, important discussion
Yes,
for.
yes.
No, it
It
is.
is,
I don't think they'll reduce them, but I think they're gonna get covered up. I think she's gonna be in a like racing tracksuit most of the time, like kind of what Peach was wearing in the Sonic movie when she's in when she's in one of the Mario Karts.
Okay.
That's what I think. So Rouge is 1. We're gonna just do 3. Rouge, I think we're gonna see.
Are you doing 3 characters?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see like Professor Robotnik, like
of
Dr.
course.
Eggman's dad.
No, you mean his grandfather.
Grandfather.
Gerald
Sorry.
Robotnik. Yes.
Yes. Think we're definitely going to see
I was
him.
gonna say that,
And then for a third,
dude. Come
I
on.
don't think we're going to get an Amy this movie.
I think we'll get Maria.
Oh, no. Maria's already confirmed, though.
Oh, did they?
They confirmed
They
her.
confirmed Maria's gonna
That's
be
why I didn't say her.
I would be surprised by that because I feel like Amy was such a character that was always around.
Yes,
Dude,
but
the Bio Lizard from Sonic Adventure 2. That's the final boss, the Bio Lizard. Do you remember that?
oh yes,
Yeah.
I do. But I almost put that as like almost a given. Like I think at the
Yeah,
end.
but you said unconfirmed characters. Did they confirm the Bio Lizard is going to be the?
No, they didn't. But at the same time, that character isn't going to be casted. It's just going to be a CGI thing.
Oh, you mean casted characters?
Correct.
Okay, but what if someone provides the voice of? Someone's got to provide the voice of the Bio Lizard.
It's going to be an unknown
They got to do a
name.
roar.
It's going to be an unknown name.
They
Pay
can-
cheap.
Yeah, they can get so many people to do that. I feel like.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Jordan Peele will be the Bio Lizard.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
calling it now.
That'd be actually kind of good. I would like that.
My third character that I'm going to choose is the slight chance that Chaos pops up in a post-credit scene to tease another movie.
Yeah, but that's weird. Why would they do like?
The opposite way.
Yeah, why would they go back to Chaos? Like, what's the
Or Omega.
Because at that
or
point,
Omega.
no, dude. Because at that point, if you're doing Sonic, they would just do Sonic Adventure 1, and that's where they would have introduced Amy.
Well, they could do it
They
the
probably
opposite
would have
way.
done if they had done Adventure 1. Here's what I would think they would have done, because they combined 2, right, in the second movie. They combined 2 and 3 in the same movie. 3
Yeah.
and Knuckles in the same movie. So 2, 3, and Knuckles. I think they would have combined Sonic CD and Sonic Adventure 1, right? And they would have introduced Amy. They would have had Metal Sonic, and they would have had Chaos.
So maybe Chaos won't be in it at all. Let me tell you who I think is going to appear in Sonic 4, because there's definitely going to be a Sonic 4.
Oh, Amy will definitely.
Amy will
be
definitely
by
be in
then.
it, but I'm going to add 3 other characters to it.
Metal Sonic.
No. Well, maybe that could be a 4. Maybe that could be a 5, actually, Metal Sonic.
Dude, I don't know, because remember Jim Carrey said that he's like done.
Well, he is in this third movie.
I know, but do you think he's like done?
I
No.
don't think so.
No.
I feel like
He's
he
gonna
loves
come
his
back for-
character too
I think he
much.
loves this character
You
way
think
too much.
You think as long as they keep this franchise going, he's gonna
Yes,
be part of it? Okay.
yes.
All right.
Until they
Interesting.
kill
I would
him
love for
off.
him to do it. I think he's great in the role. I think he's a perfect.
I think they got to add Team Chaotix to a fourth movie. SBO, Charmy, and Vector.
Dude, why the fuck would Team Chaotix be in there if you're not having a Sonic Heroes movie? Like, who gives a fuck about Team Chaotix? Team Chaotix should have been in the Knuckles show. That's what it should have... Because they had Knuckles on the fucking... What was it called? What's the fucking Knuckles game? Do you remember what it was called?
Knuckles game?
Yeah, they had Knuckles game on the 32X. Knuckles Chaotix, exactly what it's called.
Oh.
Do you remember Knuckles Chaotix?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's where the fucking Chaotix was introduced. So if they were going to do this stupid fucking Knuckles show, they should have had him and the Chaotix be in it. And that should have been the plot. Should have been Knuckles Chaotix in it. They were going to do it.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to fucking pull out the Chaotix. Like, who gives a fuck? Unless the Chaotix get their own stupid fucking spin-off show, like Knuckles.
No, I don't want them to have their own spin-off show by any means.
I would rather the Chaotix have their own spin-off show than freaking Wade, dude.
I think one of the coolest Sonic characters is SBO. I love him.
Yo, SBO's cool, dude. I love Vector. He's my dude. I love
Vector's
that guy.
awesome, too.
I love that guy.
And Charmy's just the cute, like, almost Tails-like
No one likes
figure.
Charmy, but, like, he's all right. No one really likes Charmy, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm Charmy B.
Yeah, Charmy B. Yeah. All right.
Oh, dude, Cream.
Yeah, but Cream's not interesting enough.
Yeah, but if they introduced the Chow.
They didn't introduce Chow's
No, but I'm saying when they do introduce Chow,
I don't think they ever will.
There.
I don't think they ever will.
Dude, the Chow are, like, perfect, dude. How are you not going to have the Chow in there?
I don't think they'll
Because
be.
I don't
think they'll be in any
They had
Sonic movie.
Pachuca Debak, or whatever his name was, remember? the Echidna Tribesman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was the same guy from Sonic Adventure 1 when they do the flashback scenes.
Really?
Yeah. Did you play Sonic Adventure 1?
Not full through.
Well, you know Tikal, right? Like the ancient, like that's the light that guides you in the game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she gives you like all the tips
yes,
and whatnot.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
Tikal, who is like the gatekeeper of like chaos and like the Chow and whatnot. So, he was like, I'm pretty sure he was like the tribe leader.
Gotcha.
So they're tying that in, and even in the Knuckles show they had Iblis, which is from like Sonic 06.
Yeah.
The demon monster thing.
Right.
The Flames of Disaster, that's a thing from Sonic 06.
Oh.
Yeah, but like they say that Sonic, they recontextualize it. Like Sonic is the Flames of Disaster, and that's why Silver goes back in time to kill him.
Mm.
Oh.
So he doesn't bring about Iblis in the future, and that's like the plot to Sonic 06. So they like recontextualize some things. So if they're doing Sonic Adventure 2, it's probably they'll probably recontextualize some things as well. So who knows? They might have Amy. Because they introduced what, two animal characters. What we had Knuckles and Tails in the second one.
Yes.
So who are we gonna get for
3? I guess it would be Shadow and Rouge.
It's got to be Rouge, dude. It's got to be Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to be 2.
If they're introducing 2 more like kind of animal characters,
yes,
it's got to be Shadow.
It's got to be them. It's got to be them.
Which is weird to admit, like Amy, because I feel like Amy's not like super like relevant, like. An Adventure
she's a character
2.
I feel like everybody recognizes.
Well, she's a recognizable character,
recognizable.
but she's not really relevant to the plot of Adventure 2 whatsoever.
Exactly.
Like, you could take her
in any game for that matter.
No, Adventure 1, she's a little more relevant. In Sonic CD, she's pretty relevant. I mean, the whole thing is to, she has to be rescued. The middle Sonic kidnaps her.
Yeah, but they'll never go that route with the movie. They'll never go that route.
Well, they already did that movie. They did the Sonic OVA, which was based on Sonic CD.
Wait, the original Sonic movie?
Yeah, like the OVA, the cartoon. Like movie,
against Metal Sonic?
Yes. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he has to save Amy? I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's in there. Was Amy even in that?
I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't know. That was
a
plot to the game, Sonic CD.
I just know that Sonic fights Metal Sonic for at least 30 minutes at the end of that movie.
Yeah, that was an awesome movie.
It was a pretty cool movie.
Yeah.
Pretty cool movie. Yeah. But all right, we're going to move on.
Yeah, we're spending too much time on
this. We're spending too much time on Sonic the Hedgehog here. All right, now we're going to move on to our top 5 favorite reboots. I have some honorable mentions. If you guys have any honorable mentions as well, you can bring them up. I will list mine down right now. First one on the honorable mentions list, I have a original show that I've never watched before because it is, and there's nothing wrong with this, but it's very old.
Did we do movies or shows?
Movies.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure.
But wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Started off as a show, and then they made 2 movies. in the early to middle 2000s, the Pink Panther. The Pink Panther and the Pink Panther 2 with Steve Martin. I think those are some hilarious fucking movies. Dude, right there. I haven't seen
that since I was like 5.
Hamburger! Yeah, I know. There were some hilarious things in that movie. And Steve Martin, come on. He's one of the most comedic geniuses out there.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Cheaper by the dozen is great. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Excellent. He's in so many good stuff, and he plays the character of the detective very well in those Pink Panther movies. And that's why it's in an honorable mention. I love that. I'll list down the rest of mine. So this next one, I was never a big fan of Godzilla.
Oh, we're not doing 5, 5, 5.
Well, these are just honorable mentions.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. All right, my bad. I wasn't paying attention.
I was never a big fan of Godzilla, but I was a big fan of King Kong, which makes me love this new MonsterVerse franchise they have going on, which includes Godzilla, Godzilla King of the Monsters, Kong Skull Island. King of the Monsters.
King of the Monsters is awesome, dude. That's the best one in my opinion.
Yeah. Out of all the ones,
out of all the reboot ones, yeah. Out of all the entire Godzilla franchise, or the reboot franchise.
The reboot franchise of MonsterVerse.
That's the best one.
Really?
Yeah.
So that also includes Kong Skull Island, Godzilla v Kong, and then Godzilla X Kong. Which one is the best in your opinion out of those?
Probably still that movie, dude. But yeah. I didn't include that. I didn't include it on my list because I wasn't doing sequels. I was just doing original reboots to franchises.
Okay.
The first installments. So
sure.
I didn't include any sequel.
Right. That's fine.
In a reboot franchise.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely. I didn't see the newest Kong versus Godzilla.
It was pretty good. It was very entertaining.
Was there more action? Because I was disappointed by the one before.
It was very straightforward. It hits the ground running, and it won't draw you off to a random.
Well, because the first King Kong versus Godzilla, not the original one, but the reboot one, was
a lot of expose.
Yeah, very disappointing, dude.
I will disagree because I fucking love that movie.
There was 3 fight scenes in the entire movie.
Did you see both of them?
Yep, I did.
Which one did you like better?
I honestly liked the most recent one.
I liked Versus Kong, then X Kong.
I liked Versus Kong, but I didn't think that.
Who was the monster? The newest one.
I wanted to learn more about Kong and where he was gonna fit in the world.
Well, that was the main focus of the new one.
Yeah, that's why I probably liked that one a little more.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Who was the monster in the newest one?
The villain?
Yeah, who was the villain?
Scar King.
Yeah.
What the hell is Scar King? Scar King and who?
Scar King is the evil King Kong.
He's a giant orangutan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
There's
Let me tell you something, Matt.
Quite literally, Matt.
All these movies are pretty damn ridiculous and stupid, but
but I just imagining a big lanky Kong from Donkey Kong.
Dude.
Literally, that's what he is. He's skinny as hell.
Yeah, skinny as hell.
Literally.
Skinny as hell.
There's a bit where he's in front of Kong and he's squaring him up, and then he just leans back almost like a anime character and starts laughing at Kong. So
yeah.
Who else is it? What? There's another one too.
Shimu.
Yeah, Shimu.
Shamu?
No, Shamu. Shimu, I believe, is a more Godzilla character than.
I've never heard of Shimu, dude.
Do you think that she is actually Godzilla's mother?
Whoa.
I'm gonna look it up.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Because she was the one that started the first ice age, which actually put King Ghidorah in the ice.
Whoa.
Dude,
and where is this from? Not any sort of video media, right? That has to be from something else.
This is a new character.
But it kind of makes sense for where it sits in the world because we've only ever seen Godzilla, but we don't know if they reproduce asexually, kind of how some lizards do, or they have to have a mate. And she was one of the only few that were okay, this would make sense because she's ice, but at the same time she still has the breath that comes out.
No, right. Mm. So wait, you're saying that
this is a completely new character made?
It is a completely for this.
Dude,
franchise.
I've seen every Godzilla movie ever. Well, except for Shin Godzilla and stuff past 2014.
Shin was good.
I didn't see that one.
That was one of the good ones.
Was that? That was the one of the newest ones, right?
One of the more recent.
Because then they had one before that where it was just something Godzilla.
Yeah.
I can't remember that. And then there was like some anime film of like Godzilla.
Those ones were I watched those on Netflix.
So I've seen like all the classic.
Oh, that's
Godzillas.
right. That's a Netflix thing.
All the classic ones like from Final Wars, which was like 2005, like back. Like I've seen all the ones like from up till like Final Wars. So that's a completely new character. So that's like kind of disappointing.
Interesting.
Godzilla has a lot of cool monsters to really pull from. And
well,
I don't know why they introduced
who pops
like,
up at the end. They kept him secret for a little bit. In the trailers, at least.
Gigan in it, dude. I love. No,
who's the what? Oh, Mothra, duh.
Yeah, Mothra pops up.
Mothra, who is for some reason a fan favorite for a lot of people. I think
she's the queen of the monsters.
Well, Mothra's super popular, dude. Because Mothra's also been like an ally to Godzilla.
Well, right, I know that, but I think she's kind of lame.
I get what you mean by that.
Unpopular take, I guess.
Do you like Batra, dude?
Who the fuck is that?
Batra's the evil Mothra, dude. It's a fucking.
Oh, I remember that one.
No, I don't. I never seen
like,
that.
It's a black. Does that sound fucking horrible? But even beyond that, but it's like a black moth that has like these horns, almost like a beetle. But it was in it was in the movie. It was Mothra, Godzilla, and
Batra.
Batra. And they fought each other.
Yeah.
And
like a double team up sort of thing.
Yeah, I think
there's also a lot of
tag team
fucking villains, dude. You know Megaguirus? You know who Megaguirus is? The big fucking hornet. It's like a dumbass. Hornet? Yeah, it's a big hornet. It's like the most dumbass monster. Also, there's like a black hole gun or something in that movie.
Yeah, there's literally monsters that they made like out of almost like environmental stuff. There's one that's literally smog.
Dude, Hedorah, dude, yeah, the smog monster. I love that guy. No, dude, that's one of my favorite ones. I love
it because he's so funny. Like, I look at that man.
He's like goofy looking. Yeah, I love that. I actually love him. I think he's great too. I also like. I think it's a Bira or something. I don't know. There's like some lobster. I can't remember his name, but. Mm-hmm.
So at the last thing I'll bring up about that honorable mention, they teased in Godzilla King of the Monsters at the end, the post credit scene. They teased King Ghidorah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, frozen in ice.
Correct. Well, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
Wait, wasn't he in it? I thought he was like...
No. That was
Rodan.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
King of the Monsters, yeah, he was in it, though.
That was the final boss of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
King Ghidorah.
But then they have metal.
Yeah, they're gonna do the metal.
Oh, Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
They teased that at the end of King of the Monsters, which is now, that movie has come out years ago.
Because King Kong took over and they fucking forgot about it, dude.
I don't think they forgot about it. I think they're saving that character for maybe a third and final Kong x Godzilla movie.
Dude, I looked up that Shimu. That looks like a dog shit design. I don't know why that's in the.
Of Shimu?
Yeah, that's a dog shit design.
No, I thought she looked pretty good. I thought she looked good in the movie. Yeah,
I do find it hilarious how literally within the time span of that movie, Godzilla just immediately steamrolls two giant monsters.
Oh my god, yeah.
What he fought Tiamat and he just rips her head off. Like it was like, oh okay, so we're just gonna go over here now.
No, yeah. Well, here's the thing with the new one that came out. Mm-hmm. Very Kong focused.
Oh yeah.
But at the same,
no. You know what?
Godzilla
he's still trying to find his way in the world.
No, but dude, this movie ups the ante on focusing on King Kong.
Yeah, but even I'm saying the previous one was still focused on Kong more than it was Godzilla.
No, agreed. But Godzilla in the new one, like every time you saw him on screen before they met up, he was fucking kicking ass.
Oh yeah, he was getting power ups left.
He was getting power ups for indeed, yeah. So it was cool. It was cool to see.
Something that also blew my mind was like I forgot how he could like absorb radiation by literally just breathing it in. Yeah. There's a point where he's at a nuclear reactor. He's just absorbing everything.
That's like Godzilla. Did you see Godzilla versus Biollante when he goes like super active? Yeah, he goes like I think like the plot of that movie is that Godzilla's about to like blow up. Like he's about to like he has too much radiation. And he's about to like have like a chemical meltdown.
Really?
He's about to have like a nuclear meltdown. Yeah, like he starts glowing and whatnot. Yeah, people are like freaking out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I love the lore. I love the lore to
dude. The old ones are badass, especially you know what they were actually they were cheesy, dude. But they started getting like kind of serious. I want to say around like the '90s, especially like the Toei ones. Yeah,
they started to move like, all right, we're gonna get this guy.
Yeah, especially I would say in the '90s. Yeah, like Godzilla, like Final Wars was fucking crazy. That was a crazy. Did you ever see that movie? That movie was crazy as fuck. So
I'll be honest with you. I maybe seen one or two of the original Godzilla movies.
Final Wars is like basically it was made for like the anniversary of Godzilla. I think it was like the 50th anniversary. Yeah, it's made for like the 50th anniversary, and it's just a celebration. It's like Godzilla versus all the monsters that he's fought before.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a badass movie. And then they also have the humans. They fucking suck, dude. I'm so tired of the fucking humans and Godzilla. Why do they keep having humans? I don't give a fuck about the humans, dude. I'm there to see monsters.
Well, you gotta have dialogue.
No, dude, you don't. You don't have to have the dialogue. You don't.
You know, otherwise, you got.
Who gives a shit? I just want to see I'm only there to see the cool action scenes, dude. You know
well,
what?
Me too.
I think that's more appropriate for Godzilla to have completely action and just monsters beating the shit out of each other than it is for Dragon Ball to have that.
Okay.
Completely, because Dragon Ball you have human characters, right? And Dragon Ball is like plot, like focus. But Godzilla, like the coolest part is watching the monsters beat the shit out of each other.
Oh yeah.
But then you only have like a 30-minute movie.
Honestly,
that's why you extended 2 hours. You have some badass bullshit, dude, going on.
But then you don't want to overkill. You
don't have to have any permanent like human characters. You can have some humans in the background being like, "Holy shit, isn't this crazy?"
I'll tell you what. In the new new movie, the humans might only be on screen for like 5 minutes or maybe even less, and it would feel like 20 minutes long. I hated every human interaction in the movie
because they're all just.
They didn't bring back Millie Bobby Brown, right? Or any of them.
No, I think she's done with that.
Yeah, I think she's done.
I think she's done with that.
I don't think they brought any of the human characters back.
Yes, they did. They brought a lot of them back.
They brought 3.
In this movie?
They brought 3 in the new one. Yeah.
They brought.
But before that, they had none of them come back. Right?
Oh yeah, no.
What do you mean before that?
Like for the original one, the first.
So they had the 2014 one, right?
Yeah. Oh no!
And then for King of the Monsters, it was a completely new cast as well.
Except for Millie Bobby Brown was in the first Godzilla.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was. Yes,
no, she wasn't.
I will look it up right now. She was. Godzilla, what year was that? Like 2014?
2014.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Godzilla 2014 cast. Let's see what we got.
Oh, Frank's wrong. If he's right, cut it out right now. Cut out that part.
That's going to blow my mind because I've seen that movie so many times.
Guys, I'm right all the time.
I never knew that. Oh my god.
Whoa.
She's not. Dude, I told you.
She's in the second one. She's
in King of the Monsters.
Wait, she's in King of the Monsters?
Yeah, she is.
Yes,
in King
that's
of the
what
Monsters.
I'm thinking of.
Because her mom was like, "Oh, we're gonna go bring all the Titans back because they're gonna heal the Earth." No, the fuck they're not because they're gonna listen to Ghidorah.
No, Millie Bobby Brown was. You're good.
That?
Let me just see how that looks.
My bad. Extended my. Is it good?
We're good now.
Okay.
Millie Bobby Brown was in King of the Monsters. I'm looking at the cast list right now, and I knew Bryan Cranston was in it. Oh, I knew he was in it. Mm-hmm. But Elizabeth Olsen, I didn't know I forgot she was in that movie.
She was the mom. She was the mom
forgot she was in that.
Dude, you say they need dialogue, but like people watch like hour-long WrestleMania events. So,
this is true.
I think you can get away with
Don't ramp up these people here, Matt.
What do you mean?
WrestleMania this year was pretty hyped up and was very satisfying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can have a WrestleMania event that's like an hour long, dude, then you can definitely watch a Godzilla movie of them just beating the shit out of each other for like an hour.
They would probably.
Oh, I see your point. Yeah.
I never got into wrestling.
Me neither.
Yeah, okay.
Me neither.
I like Rey Mysterio. I always thought he was cool when I was a kid.
I like John Cena. I like The Rock. I like Dave Bautista. But they all came out of wrestling, and that's when I kind of knew about them.
Stone Cold Steve
Austin. The Rock is back in wrestling now.
Yeah, that still blows my mind. Even though I like.
He's back in.
He's in.
He's been in and out like.
No, dude, he is a prominent star in the WWE. No.
Who owns it?
No.
No.
That was a big controversy. I'm definitely there is because of the owner. He did some fucked up shit.
Yeah, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna move on to my last honorable mention.
All right.
This one is it's deemed as a just okay movie. The sequel got trashed.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No.
I mean, that's a fucking good one.
No.
Dude, I should have put that one on.
The Amazing Spider-Man. As an honorable mention,
is that your last honorable mention?
It's my last honorable mention.
All right, I had that on my list.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, so did I.
Really?
Yeah. Really? On your top 5 list?
Yeah,
I did.
So listen, the only reason why only the first one is on my honorable mention list is because of Andrew Garfield. I believe
he was great choice.
Oh my god,
he's perfect. Yeah. He was great.
I think he's
besides
the best
being British. Yeah, he was perfect.
I think he's the best Spider-Man.
I agree with that.
I think Tobey Maguire is the more memorable one, just because of childhood.
Oh yeah.
But I think Andrew Garfield fits the
awkwardness, dude. Yeah, he definitely. I think he hits
and the charismatic, like, teasing role to his villains type of thing.
Yeah, he's great. I thought he was great in it.
And that's why I think the second movie tarnished that first one so bad.
I can't believe Tobey Maguire is the only like American to play Spider-Man.
Well, also think about Superman.
Oh, true.
Also think about...
Yeah, wasn't Christopher Reeve Superman?
Christopher Reeves was the only English Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Because
only
Henry
American.
Cavill... Yes, American. Henry Cavill is British.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the new guy is now. That with the new movie coming out.
I think he's American.
Is he American?
I believe so.
Was Henry Cavill? He was in Batman v Superman, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Correct.
Was he? He was in that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And yeah, well, you'll be surprised because a lot of British actors and actresses play these superhero roles that have English accents.
I know, but it's not.
And they do a phenomenal job. Tom Holland is also one of them. Tom Holland is not from the United States.
Well, think about how many Americans play British like actors. That doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Except for Austin Powers.
Correct.
He
True.
was the only one I can think about.
Yeah, correct.
He was
correct.
Scottish, yeah.
If you guys have any other honorable mentions, you let me know.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Invisible Man was one. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wanted to
So
give a shout out. That
we
was a great
saw
movie.
that movie together.
Yeah, in theaters.
And I thought the newer one, I believe made by Blumhouse.
Yeah, so
And it was fantastic. I don't know if you ever watched The Invisible Man.
I think I did for something in high school, if I remember correctly.
No, definitely
the
not,
new
because
one.
it's a newer one.
yeah.
Oh, the new...
It's a new one.
Yeah.
It's a new
It
one.
came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like
About like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
2020, 2019.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it, but I never saw the original, so I couldn't compare it to.
No, right.
You know, I thought it was a great movie, though. I really enjoyed it.
Well, it has
probably one of Blumhouse's best movies, to be quite honest with you.
Well, agreed, because Blumhouse is very hit and miss.
Yeah.
And lately, unfortunately, it's been more misses than hits.
Yeah. Like Freddy Fazbear's Super Pizzeria.
Well, they're not complaining because they made that money.
A shit ton of money.
They
on that
made
movie.
that money
Yes,
on
they did.
Five Nights. That's for sure.
And they'll do it again.
I didn't think it was like anything crazy.
I didn't even watch it. You see, here's the thing, and it's the same thing with the Fallout show too. Fallout, I might watch because I heard it's actually very good, but I haven't watched it yet, or Five Nights at Freddy's, because I never played the games, so I don't really have much interest. I really don't have much
But people
interest.
weren't even interested in Five Nights at Freddy's wanted to watch it. My mom wanted to watch it.
Well, why do you think?
I think it just got like word of mouth just spread around about it. I guess maybe
'Cause it was popular.
jumping off the popularity of the games. But like,
true.
I know there were definitely a few people talking about it that didn't play the games or even. Like,
I'm sure
heard of
plenty
them.
of people saw that didn't play the games, but the point
Like, I didn't
is,
even play the- I mean,
I
I know
know
about
that
it,
it's
but
from
I
a
didn't play
game,
'em.
and because I'm not well versed in it, I didn't watch it. That's my perspective on it. I love Matthew Lillard.
I mean, you can
I
enjoy.
think he's great.
That's crazy that he's in that movie.
Yeah.
I think you can enjoy it just as like a movie itself. Like, I don't think you necessarily have to. Like, I don't think you have to play Mario to enjoy the Mario movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Agreed.
I don't think you have to play. And dude, there's so many people that love that Sonic movie that haven't played Sonic or play Sonic.
But that's
you
a
know what I
great
mean?
thing.
So that's what I mean. Like the Five Nights at Freddy's. Like if you can watch it as its own movie.
They
You
could
don't have to
also know
relate
Sonic
it.
from Smash.
Dude,
Yeah, dude, you're 5 years old.
You're right, but Sonic's one of the most unplayable characters in that game.
Yo,
if
he
you think about
sucks
it.
in that game.
Yeah, he
dude.
sucks in that game.
Dude, some competitive
He
players
sucks.
love him, bro. I always thought he sucked.
I think he sucks in that game.
Another
think
one
he
I think
sucks,
of is
yeah.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Well, those are
They
classic games too.
They always
especially
play
the
that,
ones for the
especially
Wii.
They play that especially when it's just the Olympic times.
Yeah,
Just throw that up there to get people hyped.
What do you mean? They do?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
It's just something that was just like, it just adds to the allure of the Olympic Games. Because I know it worked on me when I was younger. Like, I was watching the Olympic Games and I was just like, this this is awesome. See everybody out there, and they played that commercial. I was just like, oh, let me go rent that game because you could still
the
do
Final
that.
Countdown commercial.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, I remember that. The
I
advertising
don't
for that game was
remember
pretty
that.
big for such a. That game was actually mid, so I'm very surprised that
It is very mid, but,
super
but
mid, dude.
also think about this.
But it was super hyped.
Mm-hmm.
super hyped because it's the very first crossover between
Yeah, so
Mario
it has to be
and
at the
Sonic.
fucking Olympic Games,
And it
dude.
happens
Oh
at
my
the Olympic
God.
Games.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
Dude.
Unbelievable.
Master Chief and Banjo-Kazooie at the Olympic Games.
Or was it... When did Sonic first appear in Smash Bros? Was it Brawl?
Yes, it was in Brawl, which was same
maybe-
year as that game, actually,
Right,
2008.
So,
Yeah.
But what came first, Brawl or Olympic Games?
Probably Brawl, if I didn't know.
I would think so, too. I would think so,
yeah, it's
too.
probably Brawl, only by
So
a few
that's
months.
really the
though.
first
Like, nothing-
crossover between the two.
Because I thought it came out November 2008 was Olympic Games. If I'm right, if I'm that
Maybe.
much of a
I
loser to
wouldn't
know that information off the top of my
Oh,
head.
no, you're
Yeah,
fine.
I
I
wouldn't-
believe me.
I
I
wouldn't
know a
know,
bunch of
yeah.
useless information up here.
But I know they were talking about putting him in Melee at the time.
Oh, yeah.
They
Because that's
probably
when
couldn't
Sega was
get-
going under, and they
Right.
were, but time
Dark
passed,
times,
they couldn't
man. Dark
I
times.
guess negotiate it in time or something. I don't know. Don't take that with a
Yeah.
grain of salt. I don't know if that's completely true.
I do remember those days when Sega was going down. There was bad days all the time.
Yeah.
Great games, but just
How
didn't
old are
have
you,
any-
dude?
I'm 28. I look
Oh,
like
so you
I'm
do
45
actually
now.
remember, you do actually remember the Dreamcast going under. Yeah, it's a shame. Dreamcast was cool as hell.
Yeah, bro. I still look at the things on eBay and I'm like, damn, one of these days I'm gonna buy you again, man.
A Dreamcast?
Yeah.
I have one, dude. They're awesome, dude. Best fighting game console ever, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing fighting games on that. You got the best fighting games ever on that thing. You got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You got Street Fighter 3. You got Capcom vs. SNK 2. You got Soul Calibur. Incredible.
Damn, I remember
Yeah.
Soul Calibur. When was the last time I played Soul Calibur?
Dude, Soul Calibur 1 is amazing, dude. I love that game.
I think it was the last one I played for Soul Calibur was when they had Ezio in there.
Etsy?
Ezio from Assassin's
Oh, that's Soul
Creed.
Calibur 5, dude. Yeah, it was 2012.
They had Link in one of those games.
It was Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube. I'm such an idiot, dude. Why do I know all this stupid fucking
They had
information?
Darth Vader in there too. I remember.
It was
Yoda.
Soul
Yeah,
Cal-
Vader was
that was
in
Soul
there.
Calibur 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I went over to my neighbor's house and played that. We were all just hyped playing.
Soul
And it had
Calibur was
Yoda.
a pretty bad
Yoda was in there
game.
too. Yoda was
yeah,
in the Xbox
Yoda was
version.
in that one,
He was in the
yeah.
Xbox version. And Starkiller from Force Unleashed was in it as well.
Brilliant character. Brilliant character.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Any more honorable mentions here?
Heihachi from Soul Calibur 2 on the PS2.
Okay. We're talking about movies here, kid.
Okay, Spawn from Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox.
Spawn was in one of those games,
Yeah,
too.
he was in Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox version.
Interesting. Interesting. We could move on to our main top 5 list.
Let's move on, guys! Sorry, I wanted to
So how we usually work it, we'll do 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4 onward. Maybe how we'll do it is we'll do 5 and 4, 5 and 4, 5 and 4, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2. And onward. And then just one at the end. All right, my number 5. One of the most underrated superhero movies ever to be made.
It's a Batman
Can
movie,
anyone
dude.
take a
It's
guess?
Batman Begins.
Can anyone take a guess?
It's Batman Begins.
No.
Uh,
No.
Is it actually underrated, or are you being sarcastic?
No, it's underrated because of the more movies he made. That's a little bit of a hint.
The more movies the actor made, or the more movies made about the
The
superhero?
director made. And writer made.
Is it James Gunn, dude? Is it
was about
James
to
Gunn?
say,
movie?
No. James Gunn, as of right now, he has a pretty perfect track
Oh,
record.
shit. You know what? Honorable mention Suicide Squad, that reboot, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that wasn't a reboot. That was a sequel.
This is a
Was it,
sequel.
though?
It was, yes.
All right.
It was. It was a sequel.
Yeah, with the same exact name.
The Suicide Squad.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Apologies. I didn't see the.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
my bad. My bad.
Shit.
Okay. All right.
No one could take a guess?
It's a superhero movie,
Yes.
and it's a reboot.
A reboot.
Is it Man of Steel?
It is Man of Steel.
I was gonna say Blade, thinking that now. Honestly, I don't know, man.
did they
Well,
reboot?
Blade didn't have a reboot yet.
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 That's what I
You
was thinking
know.
about. Yet.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
The Fantastic Four did.
Ah.
Multiple times, actually.
Multiple times. But that's a dishonorable mention. That's a dishonorable mention.
You know, it's funny you say that.
You You liked?
It's funny you say that. I'm gonna keep quiet.
It's
now.
fantastic.
Continue.
Oh, okay, all right.
The ending of that. It's
keep quiet.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, say that again. The thing's like, what? Fantastic. And then it ends.
Stupid, dude.
Oh my
The Galactus cloud.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that was in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
No, that was at the end of the Fantastic Four movie, dude.
No. It was the Galactus cloud was in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am.
I don't know. Patty D weigh in. Side with me.
I'm more inclined to go with Matt because he knows all this knowledge, but at the same time, I could be wrong, so I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we
Pat,
heard it.
I know the knowledge, and I'm telling you right now, he's wrong.
I actually didn't even see Rise of the Silver Surfer, so I couldn't even tell you.
So, let's grasp this information here that Silver Surfer works for Galactus.
He's the herald of Galactus.
So, what movie do you think would best fit the Cloud Galactus?
The Fantastic Four, who
Rise of the Silver Surfer, right?
For some reason,
No.
For some reason, my brain's going to Eternals.
the Eternals, dude.
Well, because Eternals dealt with those gigantic fucking space guys like Galactus.
And like you said, since he's a herald of them, so I would assume that's probably like, oh, we're proxy people, so we talk for them.
Yeah.
But I thought they did it in the reboot to introduce Galactus as the next villain which would be the second.
They did nothing to. They did nothing to hint anything for a future thing for the new one.
I don't even know.
Galactus. All right, so here's the problem. Here's the problem here.
We're getting off topic.
Here's the problem here. We don't know which movie Galactus was in because it wasn't actually Galactus. It was just a big storm cloud.
But it was supposed to be Galactus.
And that big storm cloud was in Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, the sequel.
We could easily look
to
this up and
Fantastic
stop
Four.
debating it right now.
I mean, look it up. I know it.
I'm not interested to look it up because I'm going to say
you
that I'm right
have-
and remain
You've
ignorant.
unlocked a little memory in the back of my head, and now I do recall that.
It is Galactus.
Because it was like
technically
That's
already
exactly what
appeared
I
in a
was saying.
movie.
It was in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
It was a
the
green
entire
was.
time.
smoke or
That's
something
what I was
like that,
telling
right?
you, dude.
Yeah,
So why did you tell me that?
Matt, shut the fuck up. Pissing me off now. Getting me so off topic with my number 5.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Frank, don't do anything on camera. You're on camera, bro.
All right, let me talk about Man of Steel a little bit.
All right.
It is one of the most underrated comic book movies ever. I think it's so good. It's the best Superman movie ever to exist.
Never seen it. Never seen any Superman movie ever.
Honestly, I'm
That's
inclined to
such
agree.
a fucking shame. It's so
I
good.
really am
I
inclined
don't
to
really give a
agree,
shit
because
about
it actually
Superman,
gives
dude.
us a picture of what Krypton was like.
Yes.
Russell Crowe was a really good
Jor-El. Great
And,
as Jor-El.
Zod was fantastically cast.
Michael Shannon.
Yeah, fantastic.
Dude, it was so good. And I'll also tell you the other thing with Man of Steel too. Zack Snyder, he's not the best storyteller. But you want to know what he is good at? Visually showing you
Oh, hell yeah.
what he wants you to see. And that movie is goddamn beautiful.
Yeah.
Goddamn beautiful. And Henry Cavill, I think I haven't seen this new Superman movie yet with this new actor, but I could put my money on that Henry Cavill will still be the best Superman.
Yeah, I'm probably
That
gonna
exists.
say that.
There's
I
a new
agree.
one coming out?
Yeah,
There's a new one coming out, directed by James Gunn.
Really?
Random.
Yes.
Quite literally random.
I never cared about
Yes.
Superman, dude. I just always thought he was
Well,
boring.
a lot of people don't care about Superman because of his
Vulnerability,
boringness
yeah.
and the vulnerability aspect of it, right? But Man of Steel, it didn't even have kryptonite in it, and you saw him still struggle. You saw him still struggle in different ways, and it was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
but that's Superman comics in general. They usually do that because he only has like that one weakness. Is that
did
he has
also,
to be put in like moral dilemmas and stuff like
But
that.
no other Superman movie has done that. The Christopher Reeves, which
Have
by
you
the
seen
way,
all of them?
No. 3 and 4, I won't touch.
I was
But
gonna
1
say,
and
I think
2
it's
are
seven,
fantastic ones. They are good. They are very good. Superman 2 was the first time they introduced Zod in a movie. And that's actually better than the first movie, in my opinion.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, maybe I'll
I
check
think
it
so.
out.
It is leaning more towards the source material. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we'll check it out. Okay. Interesting.
But Henry Cavill. All the way Henry Cavill, Superman fan. That's why it's my number 5. I will do my number 4 as well right now. I spoke to you guys before on something on my top 5 that I haven't seen the original of, but loved the predecessors after it. 21 and 22 Jump Street. The movies.
So you haven't seen the original?
I haven't seen the original show with Johnny Depp.
Honestly, I preferred that one.
Instead of the movies?
Yeah.
Really?
Because...
It was gritty. Like, it was serious. Like, it wasn't like a comedy. It was
very serious because I remember there's a bit where... They're in the show, minor spoilers.
Yeah.
There's a bit where a girl actually gets raped and Johnny Depp's character is kind of pointing out to like these frat guys, like, guys, this is not a good thing that happened. They took a fucking like video of it.
Oh wow!
But it wasn't like the phones we have now.
Yeah.
It's like the back in the day.
Probably with like camcorders or something like that.
Yeah. And I think one of them gets like arrested because they kind of blew it off as a joke. It got to the point where it like blew out of proportion, and the guy who actually did it, he got arrested because of it.
Get out of here!
Yeah,
I didn't know
show,
the guy who recorded.
No,
it?
not the reboot.
Or the guy who
did it. The guy who recorded it, he was just one of the guys that was like egging him on.
Did he get arrested?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Well, it's also an older show.
Yeah,
I don't
think they did that.
Imagine that would be. I
don't think they did that. Yeah,
not?
right.
I would imagine that'd be a crime.
I will tell you what. Because of those movies, I thought the show was more comedic than serious.
Oh no, like Matt said, it's very great.
Is accessory to
Really?
rape a crime? Is that like an actual? That I would imagine that would be a
so.
thing.
Well, think about
That would
this.
have to be a.
It definitely is, because think about this. David Dobrik got canceled because he was a part of a... It's not necessarily confirmed, but a potential R-word scenario. And David Dobrik
He
got
just said
canceled
rape,
for
so
it.
if you're trying to not say rape, he already said it, and I just
Well,
said it.
all right, well, you just said it too. It's not helping the case.
Okay, well, you could probably censor the word out.
I could.
You're probably gonna have to.
I just think the
Okay.
algorithm doesn't show it as much when you say it.
I get what you mean.
That's all I'm saying.
Trying to shoot this up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just interesting. Yeah, but he got canceled. He's not like he got arrested, right?
No, he didn't
No,
get
that's
arrested.
gotta be an arrestable offense, dude. You can't be like an accessory to that and like kind of like support it and like know what's going on and not like do anything to intervene. There's gotta be like
There has to be something.
there has
right?
to be a charge for that. There's
Agreed.
no way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched this.
There's no way if you're like in earshot of something like that and you know like it's not consensual and then you do nothing to like either intervene or call the police or do anything.
But even
There's
worse,
gotta be
egg it on.
Egg it on, but that's what I'm saying. Like there's gotta be a charge for that. There's
has
gotta be
to
like
be.
an accessory to it.
There has to be, or there
Interesting.
should be
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, but wow, I did not think.
Yeah, it was gritty. It was real gritty because I think I was talking to one of my friends about it, and I was asking my parents about it, and they were like, "You realize this show, like from the original, was like really like dark and was showing you
It was
about
a serious
the world."
show, yeah.
And I was
Wow.
like, "What?"
I would have never expected that because of how the movies are.
Yeah, which is why I'm surprised they adapted it into like a comedy. That's
Agreed.
I feel like they probably thought that would do better numbers than what the original.
Well,
was.
Which is kinda-
100%.
And it's funny too because the original is more kind of like an anti kind of like party frat kind of like show, right?
Shows you the dark side of college.
Oh, gotcha.
It's more like but it's more like showing like being like the antithesis to that, showing that it's not as all fun and games as it looks like, right? And
Right.
like those movies kind of are.
Those movies are hilarious.
Yeah, but they're also like kind of like being in high school, being in like school and shit is like fucking awesome, dude. Like sex and fucking
Well, the new movies show that.
But that's what I'm
aspect of it.
saying. Like
Yeah.
it's like completely
Yeah.
the opposite. It's like
Yeah,
I don't
it
even know
is.
why they would choose to adapt that.
Channing Tatum losing
Like,
his
you
shit. We got in the police station because his partner fucked the guy.
You know what?
Oh, great part.
You know what?
Great part.
I wonder if they just got the name for it, the license just for the name, just so that they could make, because they probably had a similar concept for a movie, but they didn't want to like get into any legal issues.
Well, probably not even that. They probably just wanted it to be successful and attach it to an IP.
Well, there is also a question about that because Johnny Depp was tied to the first one. He was the
I think he
undercover cop.
made a cameo appearance.
I don't know if that signifies like, oh, this is still part of like the originals or not, because he was busting the drug ring.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh yes.
Because that's what happens at the end. Because Channing Tatum and
Jonah
Hill, they get caught, and then Depp's like, "Fuck it, I'm going in." And he calls in the cops and everything like that, and he said, "Nobody move. You just fucked like 6 years of undercover cop work or something like that.
Oh, I see what you're. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
even.
it could be.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Could have been the connection there with that.
I didn't see the second one.
I think it's
2022.
I think it's
didn't
so
see
good.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's so good.
I liked the first one. I thought it was pretty funny.
The first one's great too.
Yeah.
Shut my dick off.
How about in 22 Jump Street when the bad guys in the first movie are in jail? They go to visit them.
Oh my god, I could not stay serious.
Dude, great fucking part with Dave Franco and I forgot the other guy's name.
Oh yeah, the coach.
The coach.
Oh,
the coach.
God.
You're my bitch. No. I'm your bitch. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Keeps going on the tangent. Oh,
yeah, it's hilarious. Pat, I want you to move on to your 5 and 4 here.
My 5 is going to be like a really random one. This is also going to show how my parents love plays and everything like that. Mary Poppins.
So explain. Like,
yeah.
so the original movie to the new one with what's her name? Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I prefer the original to it. I'm not going to lie to you, because I like we said before when we first started, and we were just kind of talking about like some stuff beyond this. Disney, I feel like now is just doing a cash grab.
Right. Yes.
And I felt like me growing up just watching the original one, it was just so much more like lighthearted.
Yeah.
Because it was always just about fun and everything like that.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm not saying that the newer one is like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just underneath it. It's like, oh, we're just going to do is to grab money.
So I didn't see the new one. I think it was called like Mary Poppins Returns or something like that.
And then
was it any good?
It was good to like a certain extent because they had the kids from the original one.
Oh, they were back in it?
Yeah, but anytime like literally their kids would just be like, oh, we're going to go have fun with Mary Poppins and everything like that, they would just be complaining about like, oh, we got to find like the will or something like that. Like always complaining about something, but like they're being adults now, not being kids, how they would actually enjoy themselves when they would be chilling with Mary Poppins and George and everybody like that and having a good old time. But it just kind of brought me down. I was like, I don't know, man.
So why is that a part of your top 5?
It was just one that stuck out to me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really it.
All right.
Is it just to be on there?
Okay.
Not that you really like it. It's just to be on there.
Yeah, that was really it. Because it was like, let me just throw a curveball in there, see what they do.
Okay, gotcha.
I have no comment. I've never seen Mary Poppins.
It just shows that my parents instilled me with show tunes. That's really it.
I always get Mary
gotcha.
Poppins confused with Nanny McPhee. Do you remember Nanny?
Nanny McPhee is great.
Nanny McPhee is brilliant.
I think I prefer it more than
I was
Mary
a child.
Poppins.
And I was like, this woman is very ugly. I wish she was pretty and hot. Was my child.
Towards the end, it happened.
Right, correct.
Spoilers.
Correct, yes.
Did she? I
Yeah.
never finished that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
Because
Really?
I think like the whole thing is like the family is kind of like in this crappy way, but like they slowly start to get better, and she slowly starts to like get younger and more attractive towards the end, and then she leaves in a Mary Poppins fashion.
Yeah. It's a good movie, and he's absolutely right. She gets prettier as the movie progresses. Yeah.
Maybe I should watch it then.
It's good. It's good movie for a rainy day. Why not? Rainy day. Why not, bro?
Yeah, there you go.
What about number 4?
Number 4 is Tron.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Wow.
Now, I'll make a confession real quick. I haven't seen the originals or the new ones.
I watched the original solely because I liked the newer ones. And that was just because I liked. There was a point in my life where I was obsessed with like codes and everything like that. And technology.
Yeah.
It just was fascinating to me because I could send a text from someone from here into like Asia or something like that, and they could get it from there. And I was like, that's mind-boggling.
It is.
And also the fact that like they were saying that if you go inside a computer, I think this is also because I loved Digimon as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Digital monsters.
Yeah, that was possible.
Digimon are the champions. Yeah.
And just the fact that the story was saying like, oh, there's actually like living things inside these computers where it's like a different realm. It was mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of the first one. And my experience with the second one is limited to the game on the Xbox 360 because it was free for games with gold. And
I like both of them, honestly. Like both of them.
Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance has a Tron Legacy World in it. Yeah.
You know they're making another Tron right now?
Yeah.
They actually just finished filming the new Tron.
I'm excited for it, man.
Okay, so there's two reasons why I'm not excited for it.
Oh boy.
One is because I never watched any of the other
When
ones.
did Tron Legacy
so I don't
come out?
care.
2012?
It's been a long time.
It's been a
Or
minute.
2010?
been a long
I think it's
time.
more like 2010 that it came out.
It's
Yeah,
been a
that's like
minute.
a long time.
Want to know my second reason why I'm not excited?
Why?
Jared Leto.
Dude, Jared Leto is not a bad actor.
He's a bad actor.
No, he's not.
I think so.
He was in American Psycho, and he was pretty good in it.
He is in American Psycho. He's in Dallas Buyers Club. He actually got a, I believe, nomination, not a win, at the Oscars for Dallas Buyers Club.
I think it was something like that. I remember that movie.
And he was the
Watched
best
it because
Joker.
of Matthew McConaughey. That was it.
Shut up.
He was god awful Joker. The only
God
one that
awful
I
Joker.
thought it
only-
was cool.
only two
God
He was
Jokers.
really
awful
thug and hip.
Morbius. God awful
He really spoke
Morbius
to
too.
the kids. You don't know what's going on.
It would have
man.
made more sense if he was Joker's son.
That's
I
an
would have
awful
even
idea.
hated
That's a
that
horrible
too.
i- that's a
I would have
horrible-
even
that's a
hated that
horrible
too.
idea, dude.
No.
That's a horrible idea.
No.
Oh my god. Can you imagine Joker's like hip hop like son, dude?
Oh, dude.
Hip hop R&B
I
son,
would
dude.
have
Can you
hated
imagine
that.
that?
I mean, they already fucked up that entire thing because of Kill the Justice League. He's in there.
Kill the...
Yeah, that's a whole nother trade record that we don't have to get into now. But still, he's a playable character from the season past in there.
Yes.
And it's
It's a Jared Leto-esque Joker.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that actually. To
First,
piss
like
people
3
off.
words that are out of his mouth when you first meet him is just like "stick me," and I was just like, "Oh, why?"
He's a weird one.
Yeah,
He's a very raunchy isn't even the right term for it. Like almost just like a perverted like Joker.
Oh my god,
Perverted.
Harley Quinn's even there, and she's just like, "Yeah,
I've learned
I'm so much."
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah,
I've seen clips. I've seen clips
But
of
hasn't
that.
like Joker always been like kind of like lasciviously like, you know?
Yeah, but you got to see
gross,
clips of this
like-
Joker. No, you got to see clips of
Please,
this
man,
Joker
please.
in the
You would
Suicide
probably
Squad
laugh
game.
your
I
ass
probably
off.
would, dude. Because I remember the
It's embarrassing.
He was
What-
pretty.
really
He was
is.
pretty.
You wanna know why
He was
it's
pretty
emba-
sexually disgusting in The Killing Joke. If you remember that.
Yeah.
That was fucking wild, dude.
That was a good Joker though.
That was a good Joker.
Yeah.
That was like disgusting and
I
like.
don't think he was a good person. I think that's a very controversial take, guys. I wouldn't say that.
No, I would say that.
Yeah, probably.
You would say he's a good person?
You want to know what?
Wow. can
No,
you believe
I
it?
wouldn't say it's a
Did
good
you hear that,
person.
guys? Frank just said he's a good person.
No.
Whoa.
You want to know what disgusts me the most about that new Joker in Kill the Justice League? They had the best Joker in the Arkham series, and you're gonna tarnish that with this multiverse Joker joining the world.
Yeah.
You gotta like stop for the money grab and like
Especially because
protect your story.
I like the Injustice Joker.
Injustice Joker's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Especially because they had a method of actually bringing that Joker back.
The fact that they even tried to, were even thinking of trying to bring that Joker back.
The Arkham one?
I am
It was just,
disgusted.
Yeah, at that point, there was really just a cash grab because I think Mark Hamill said that he would be interested in doing more projects, but obviously
Without Conroy.
Yeah,
Conroy, yeah, he's not going to do it.
Conroy isn't gone now because they kind of shot down everything. So.
Well, apparently they're using his voice in multiverses. He just got added as a new character, Joker, and I think they're using Mark Hamill's voice for it.
Yeah, because Conroy's still Batman in that game, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. So I guess that's the loophole for Hamill with that. So that's 5 and 4 for you. What about you, Matt?
Oh man, let me pull up my list here. So my number 5 is I don't know if you've ever even seen this movie, Poltergeist.
Oh, I feel like I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Well, Poltergeist is one of the classic
Classic
horror
horror
movies.
Have you seen it?
I've seen the original, but I'm
I've seen
trying
the
to think of
original.
what remake you're talking
There's a
about.
remake in 2015 of Poltergeist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a reboot of it. Yeah.
And you enjoyed it?
When I first watched it, yeah. So I've seen both the original and I've seen the remake, and the original's classic. That's a great movie. I kind of need something to fill the number 5 slot, to be quite honest with you, so that's why I picked it.
That's fine. That's fine.
I enjoyed it. I remember when I watched it, but I definitely knew when I watched it when it came out. I was like, this is not as good as the original one. But I thought it was okay. I mean, it got a lot of negative reviews. I didn't think it was a terrible movie.
I'm gonna make a bet right now. That's the only horror movie we're gonna hear out of our top 5s. I'm gonna make a bet. You don't have to say yes or no.
It depends on what you consider a horror movie, actually. Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is that out of all the classic horror movies,
like a straight horror movie, yeah, I would say yeah.
There hasn't been an excellent reboot of those classic horror movies. Sequels, sure.
I heard Friday the 13th was it Friday the 13th? No, it was Halloween. Halloween was pretty good.
The first one out of that new trilogy they made, was good.
Yeah.
But that's more of a sequel than a reboot, I would say.
I would agree with that, honestly.
Yeah.
The other two...
No, well, Halloween Kills I actually very much enjoyed.
That's the newest one, right?
No, Halloween Ends is the newest one.
I watched
that was weird. That was
like 30
weird
minutes
how
of that movie, and I was like, "This is fucking dog shit." Dude, I was like,
what a weird way to take the movie. Just a weird thing to do.
Because we're just dragging it out now.
I thought the special effects in the movie were horrible. I was laughing my ass off when they pushed the kid over the banister, and it was just like that.
That was Halloween Ends.
Yeah, that horrible special effects of that kid falling off the banister. I was like, this is
snapping the neck and everything.
Yeah, I was like, this is so like unbelievable. Like just like the special effects that they use for it. I was like, this is like stupid, dude.
I think they just ran out of
budget
ideas. No, not even budget ideas. Because
those
movies made a lot of money.
I was like, that's in the beginning of the movie. I'd be afraid if they ran out of budget that quickly.
I mean,
no, they made a lot of money.
Yeah, but that scene, I was like, this is stupid.
Running out of ideas is when the whole damn town jumps him and literally shoots him in the head.
Dude.
Twice.
Yeah.
This man gets back up, just murks everybody, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
That was Halloween Kills. Yeah, that was... And you want to know what? I enjoyed that part. Until... Well, no, I actually enjoyed that part.
Well, guys, let's talk about Poltergeist. We're talking about Poltergeist.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I thought you had something to add.
I'm
done talking.
I've heard of the name, but I've never actually watched it.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, I mean, if you guys never seen it, then I can't really expand on it.
Fair enough.
No, only the original I've seen, which is a classic.
Great movie, yeah.
Which is a classic.
Yeah, this one's. A lot of people hate the new one. I don't really think it's that. I don't think it's that bad.
For some reason, I feel like there's another one on the way, like another reboot of it.
Another reboot of.
Yeah, I think so. Of Poltergeist.
Under a different name, Bob?
I'm surprised. You know what?
I bet you it's going to be named the same exact thing.
You said that's the only horror movie. I'm surprised. I thought you would have put Evil Dead on there.
Another good one.
I haven't seen.
No, I've only seen the first
classics.
I've only seen the original.
Well, the only one I've seen out of the Evil Dead franchise is Evil Dead Rise.
Really?
That's
okay. And I saw
That's the latest one.
I did see the TV show.
Oh, Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yes.
I heard that's pretty good too.
Yeah, I did like it. I did
that's
like
pretty
it.
good
But
too.
I've never seen 2 or 3. I just saw the first one.
Evil Dead Rise
Good
was pretty fucking fire.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Good
I'm
movie.
surprised you didn't put it in there.
Because I didn't know where to put. I didn't know where to consider that as like a reboot, a sequel. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, Mary Poppins Returns, is that a sequel?
No, it's a reboot, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Because they brought it back, and they really didn't have to, honestly. Well, like I said, it was just a cash grab.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And they probably thought it was like, oh, Emily Blunt, perfect casting. I think we could just ride off that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 4, you mentioned this previously, is actually Kong Skull Island.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
okay.
Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
Loved it, dude. And I've seen the original, like the first King Kong.
Me too.
Yeah, like the
Black
30.
and white, right?
Yeah, it's the black and white one. Yeah.
Me too.
I actually like that movie. I actually did not like the 2005 one.
Oh, with that was Peter Jackson, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did not like that
Jack
one.
Black.
Jack Black.
Like the cast, but I do agree with you. The story was just, like,
I fell asleep to that movie
Fuck
multiple
both
times.
of you. Fuck both of you. That movie was excellent. Obviously, you could tell that's
that
on
movie
my
was, like,
top 5.
Super dog. Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Oh, fair enough.
Fuck.
I won't tell you which number it is. That movie's a masterpiece.
I will freely say this as well. There was a point when I was in, I think, middle school or something like that, where I used to watch that movie every day. So
It was so good.
Yeah.
Why are you downing it right now?
it was just because, like, there were points when the movie was like, oh, it's such a high, and then would kind of be
In
dragging
the 2005 one, right?
Yeah.
Well,
But still, it was really good.
with that,
I fell asleep, dude. Like, I mean, it's been years since I've actually seen it, but I could
but I
never
don't blame
stay
you
awake
for
to that
falling
movie.
asleep either, because it is a 3-hour movie.
Oh, they
It was
also
just boring, dude.
they also killed one of my favorite characters, Mr. Hayes.
Is that Andy Serkis?
No, that is he's like the lieutenant.
Oh yes.
I fucking love Mr. Hayes.
Yeah.
Mr. Hayes was the GOAT.
Yeah, he was. Yes,
I heard the game
remember
is
him.
good of that.
Yeah, the game is
good.
brilliant.
Yeah, how you played it?
Yeah, I got scared at that game. Right. Dude, there's a part in the beginning of the game.
I remember that.
They were in the beginning of the game. You're like playing as either the girl or like the guy.
Jack, I think so.
Yeah, Jack, and you hear the whispers of the tribes people, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like I was scared when I was younger playing that game. That genuinely scared me
at that point.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't like this shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it, and I stopped playing it.
Yeah, it's really funny, dude. That's funny thing about things that scared you as kids, dude. Like, you know.
But okay, Kong Skull Island.
Kong Skull Island, yeah, great. Actually, kind of a slower movie too, I would say.
Yeah, I'll be straight up with you on Kong Skull Island. I never finished that movie because I thought it was boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I actually went to see it with a friend, and he fell asleep in the theater watching it with me.
I thought it was boring, even though the cast is pretty star-studded.
Oh yeah.
You have
who's in it? John C. Reilly, dude.
Yeah, John C. Reilly's in it. Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, one of my favorites.
Oh my god, who else is in that? Who played? Oh my god, why can't I think of his name? John Goodman. John Goodman.
Goodman is in it too. That's right. That's right. Very stars, and it was critically successful too. Like it got very good reviews.
I thought it was super interesting.
It made pretty good money.
Yeah.
I think Kong Skull Island is one of the bigger money makers for the new MonsterVerse franchise.
Really?
Than all the other ones. Even
also, brilliant soundtrack.
You see, I don't remember it either because I didn't watch the full movie.
I can't think of many movie soundtracks as well. Either. Like original movie soundtracks, like it's hard. I'm hard.
Well, OSTs is very big with me.
Really,
it's something I look out for.
What can I really think of? Like Dune, definitely an impressive
Dune was
soundtrack.
Great. The soundtrack was great. A lot of DC movies have excellent superhero soundtracks.
Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man films.
Well, dude, yeah, those are classic.
Those are classic. Batman, of course. Yeah, that's another good one. Especially the Prince soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for Batman Returns. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Bad Dance, dude.
What's the one? Kiss on a rose on a ring. You know, it's that song? Yeah.
That was fucking crazy that he did that. And he retained the rights to that, by the way. That was part of the deal, is that he retained the rights to that movie soundtrack.
Who? Prince?
Yes.
Really?
He's like, I won't do it. I won't do it if I don't have, like the rights to the soundtrack. Like, he has entire publishing rights to that soundtrack. Like, he
good for him for that.
Well, I mean, he's dead. So.
I mean,
it still went to his, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
His kid still got something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do they call that? The, residuals? You know?
Yeah, so he has total control of that. So that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kong Skull Island, great movie. Great cast, as you mentioned. Great acting. I was just invested into it. I remember being glued to that movie in the theaters. I was really like, wow, this is crazy.
That's the first time that
and the weird
Kong
island,
has
dude.
ever been
just
that
like
big.
the weird island shit that's in that movie. There's just like a lot of weirdo shit going on that island.
As far as monsters, or
as far as monsters, creatures, and just like those skull things, like those skull lizard.
Skull crawlers.
Yeah. Those things.
I wish I knew what kind of creature that was. I don't even know if I got up to that part in the movie before I stopped it.
It's like a lizard that almost has its 2 legs and it has a tail.
It looks like it has like a skull for like a face.
Quite literally, I think it's like the armor that's around his head.
Oh, like Cubone?
Something like that.
Something
Quite
like
literally,
Cubone,
It is
something like Cubone.
Yeah, like a mutated Cubone.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool, actually.
And
or a Marowak, if you want to go.
Kong's job was when they start to come up, he like goes around and murders them because if not, they're gonna eat the Iwu.
It's been a while, dude. I can't remember.
They're the tribe people.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while though, so I can't remember every little detail.
You want to know what I liked about the new Godzilla X Kong is that the tribes people of Skull Island are still relevant. I like that part.
Yeah, the girl, the little emo.
They
need her for Mothra.
They needed her for Mothra.
Yeah,
sorry for the spoilers.
Well, that's okay. I mean, they had the 2 twins in the old Godzilla movies that like brought Mothra.
Oh yeah, and
they sung their little song, dude.
Also in Monarch, and then also King of the Monsters.
The Mothra twins?
Yeah.
Were they?
Mothra twins?
Yeah, Mothra has like...
I want you to go back and look.
Look, and like the old movies, they would open up like a little thing, and there were like 2 little tiny like women, and they would like sing the Mothra song to like wake up Mothra. And that's how Mothra would be summoned.
Oh.
I think in the King of the Monsters, one of them specifically was leading the team that was protecting Mothra.
Yeah, but they used to be tiny women, dude.
Yeah, obviously that, but I mean,
yeah,
it's a callback to it, I would say more.
Okay, interesting. All right, that's all I really have to say about Kong Skull Island. Great movie.
All right.
Classic.
I'll move on to my 3 and 2. Great lead up. We don't even have to talk much about it anymore, but it is Peter Jackson's King Kong. I thought that was a revolutionary fucking movie for its time. And not to say anything bad about the original, because the original is amazing, but this is such a big step up in advancement of telling the traditional story of King Kong. It was so
Which Kong Skull Island did not
good.
do, by the way.
Kong Skull Island had nothing to do with the traditional story.
But that's what I liked about it, too. It was kind of like...
It was different.
It got away from that.
It was different.
Like, you didn't
which
have
is
to
still
fucking
good,
have-
too. Yeah, that's great, too. That's fine. But to scale the traditional story in a more realistic and mature way
You updated it
was
for modern
fantastic
audiences,
to see.
basically, yeah.
The main guy's name, it's Adrian something, right? Adrian something. I thought he was great in it. The girl, I couldn't tell you what her name, the actress's name, but I thought she was fantastic. Jack Black, who I am a huge fan of, comedically, musically, video gamely. Jablinski games. No, this was a much more serious role for him, and he did excellent.
And he doesn't usually do that. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
He did excellent in it. The CGI in it for King Kong and the T-Rexes and everything were amazing. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the T-Rexes, the fight scene with splitting the jaw is one of the most iconic things ever in that movie. And maybe, at least for me, in movie history. In my movie history of what I've seen. One of the most iconic scenes ever. When he splits the jaw of the T-Rex and then he plays with the jaw afterwards, seeing if he's dead.
Make sure you good? You're dead? Oh, okay.
Great part. There was one other... Oh, and Andy Serkis plays King Kong.
Let you know, I never knew that.
Andy Serkis is King Kong in that movie.
Oh, that was awesome.
Not only is he King Kong, but he's also one of the sailors on the ship.
Oh, yeah, he's the cook.
Yes, he's the cook.
He's, I forget the guy's name. Fuck.
I forgot his name, too, but he's also one of them, too. He gets eaten by one of the bug monsters when they're stuck down in the cave.
I don't know who that is.
Freaking the larvae.
Those larvae where they get you by the head and just eat you from there.
Who's Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis is one of the Gollum. He's one of the best motion capture actors ever.
Gotcha.
Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
I forget who he was in Indoor, but that was a really good.
Andor, but he played a legit human. He played himself in that show.
To see though as well.
He played even though this wasn't a good character at all. He played like the apparently main villain of the new Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Snoke.
He plays.
He wasn't even in the trilogy, dude. He was in the first two.
Exactly, but in the trailers he was seen as this main threat, and then he died like a fucking bitch.
They should have done Legends, man. Should have done Legends.
Yeah, Luke has been telling me a little bit about Legends, and I agree.
Oh, there's so much cool shit in Legends, dude. There's a lot of fucking dumb shit in Legends, but there's a lot of cool ass shit.
Yeah,
they had better grandchildren, bro.
Dude, Darth Vader, I never found Darth Vader intimidating, but in like Legends, he's like a fucking badass.
Oh,
dude.
he's a monster.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
When he's sorry to go off topic, but
you're good.
When he's a single man in the desert and the rebels that are like all around him, it's like a small army. He's like, and they're yelling to him, "Give up!" And he's like, "All I see around me are dead men."
I love that line.
Did you see that comic about like that one like admiral or whatever, and he's like freaking out, like he has like if he screws up, like Vader's gonna come and kill him.
Oh yeah.
And he's like having hallucinations, and like at the end of it, like Vader shows up and kills him. And I think it's like left ambiguous whether it was actually Vader who showed up and killed him, or he just like imagined it.
Oh yeah.
Because I like that.
It was fucking with his head, because that's what Vader
he was like
sometimes.
deathly afraid of Vader. Like this guy was like freaking out. Like he was fighting the rebels and he lost some battle, and it was like a big loss too. And he was freaking the fuck out. Like Vader's gonna come and kill him, and he's having hallucinations of Vader throughout the thing. And then it's like left ambiguous if Vader actually does show up like at the end.
I love shit like that. Yeah. That's cool.
If I remember that correctly.
Well, that and his scene in Rogue One.
Rogue One, the scene with Vader in Rogue One.
That was badass too. That was like his coolest fucking moment.
Yeah. That was cool. That was very cool.
Best part of the movie.
Vader's so cool, dude.
My number 2, Do I need to look up? Oh,
I was about to say your number 3, right?
no, my number 3 was
King
was Peter Jackson's King Kong.
You know what? Just to finish up on that, I actually did like the 1930s one more than
that one.
Yeah.
I feel like I like both of them, honestly.
The original is great, but it's definitely more comical, especially nowadays because of
claymation almost.
Yeah. Well,
but I liked
definitely
it. I thought it was
claymation,
very charming.
but yeah.
And I watched it as a young kid too, so.
I did too.
Yeah.
I loved it as a young kid. I watched a lot of the King Kong.
I watched
Son of Kong.
I actually watched the 2005 one before I watched that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And then you liked the original better.
And then I liked the original better. Yeah, believe it or not, isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Good for you, honestly. That's great.
Yeah.
My number 2. This was very close to being my number 1 because this is my favorite superhero of all time. The Dark Knight trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Batman was in a very bad spot when Batman Forever and Batman and Robin came out.
Those were awesome movies, by the way.
They were that IP was in a very bad spot when those movies came out.
I get what you mean, but I feel like they'll always be good movies to people who actually saw them.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Well, you look at some things nowadays that were so bad that like it's a cult classic.
That was
Listen,
hilarious.
I'm not one of the people that thought Batman Forever was a bad movie. I loved Batman Forever.
I haven't even seen the entire thing, but I just remember his performance.
No, dude, that movie's phenomenal. When he ambushes the Batcave, dude, Jim Carrey's phenomenal in that scene. And then even at the end, as goofy as it got, the Riddler's hair and everything like that, when he gets everyone's thoughts and ideas in his mind, like, dude, just very comic booky. That's the best. Comic booky and cheesy.
Yeah, but
that's the best way to explain it.
It's really like very a comic book like movie.
But then
maybe a little too true to comic books, maybe.
Agreed.
Yeah, but that's part of its charm too. It's like you'll never see something like that made now. Like,
but Batman and Batman Returns weren't like that. As comic booky as those also were, they weren't like Batman Returns. No. I mean Batman Forever and Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
But then again, this is the main difference here between Batman and Batman Returns compared to the other 2 movies in that franchise. Tim Burton directed the first 2, and they were great. The second 2 were directed by 2 different directors.
Which is weird because Tim Burton usually makes weirdo like shit. Like you would have thought it would be
Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Scissorhands, a whole bunch of
Christmas, as we mentioned earlier. So you would think he would make the more like kind of weird and out there like Batman.
But they were weird. They were weird in the sense.
Yeah, but not as weird as
fucking
those last 2, dude.
Agreed.
Not as weird as
I'll tell you something. Batman and Robin, the final one of that franchise. I don't even think it's comically good. I actually think it's
It's legitimately good?
No, I think it's a very bad movie. I think it's a very bad movie.
I feel like that's what makes it so funny.
You want to know a good example of a very bad movie? Well, not very bad. I won't say very bad. A bad movie that is so good because it's bad, Spider-Man 3.
Dude. Incredible.
Batman and Robin is so bad, that it is bad. That it is bad. And that's why I'm saying Batman turned to a very bad spot in the film franchise until Christopher Nolan stepped in, made Batman Begins, then The Dark Knight, the best of those 3, and then The Dark Knight Rises. First off, Batman Begins, very underrated as well. It's a very good movie. The Dark Knight is the best and is respectfully so the best, especially because of Heath Ledger.
That third one is horrible.
The third one isn't horrible, but I would say...
it's bad, dude. That movie fucking sucks. That movie's horrible.
The third one isn't horrible, but it definitely is the weakest out of that trilogy. I will agree with that.
Those fight scenes are horrendous.
The worst fight scenes. The fighting choreography in 3, it got lazy.
Those are probably some of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen in an action movie, dude. Those fight scenes are on par with like the original Star Trek from like the 60s, dude.
I wouldn't fucking go that far.
Oh, they're pretty bad, dude. Yeah, they're awful.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Dude. And the dialogue and the acting, that movie's awful. That movie's dumb dog dookie, dude.
I don't know
Straight
about
up
that.
dumb dog dookie.
I don't know about that. I think it was also more of a forced movie to make. I believe that.
I believe that as well.
definitely wasn't a rush. What, there was like a 4-year gap?
No,
right?
no, I'm not saying it's a rush.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Christopher Nolan and his writer, who is his brother, didn't want to make this movie because of Heath Ledger's passing. But the studio, Warner Brothers, wanted this to happen because of the success of The Dark Knight, so they made it. And Christopher Nolan very well might have been contractually obligated to make it.
But he didn't have his heart and soul.
I wouldn't say that. I think he still very much cared about it.
You know what's crazy? Like behind you is like the poster of that show.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah. That movie brought Batman back on top. It brought Batman back on top. That's all I'll say.
The first one, Batman Begins.
No, the whole trilogy.
Well, I would even say
Batman was back, dude. Like, maybe, like, The Dark Knight, yeah. Maybe you could pass, like, Batman Begins and go to The Dark Knight and say that brought Batman back. But by The Dark Knight Rises, like, that was already, like, established, dude. Like, Batman was already super popular after The Dark Knight. Like, that kind of, like, reinvigorated.
Of course.
Yeah, so, like, The Dark Knight Rises did nothing but be, like, a shitty fucking awful movie.
I'm just talking about the trilogy in general. Are
you talking about the trilogy? You're saying reboot as the entire trilogy?
Yeah.
Trilogy was solid. Very solid.
I thought it was very solid.
The first two were all right. No, that third movie, I will never.
No, the third one. I think you're
bad.
being too harsh.
I feel like they could have let that cook a little bit more.
Agreed.
Understand it.
Agreed.
Bane was funny, and that was like it.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy's Bane, dude.
It was something about those movies with like the voices of the heroes and villains. Like Batman's voice, as ridiculous as it was, you got used to it.
You know what's crazy? Those are probably
Bane's voice. Did you know? This is a fun fact. Bane's voice, Tom Hardy. Christopher Nolan originally wanted to keep the original recording voice of Bane, but
it's muffled by the mask, dude.
I know. It was unrealistic. Tom Hardy had to voice over everything. He had to voice over everything because the studio wanted it. Christopher Nolan didn't want it.
You know what's crazy about those movies is that they're probably the least comic book accurate.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They're actually, besides Matt Reeves' The Batman.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a.
This is the most realistic superhero movie.
And they're probably responsible for like how Batman is very perceived nowadays as this kind of like edgelord.
I mean, well,
edgelord. I don't like how you're saying that.
Some people are like, because. Well, I mean, offended, bro.
I am getting offended by that. I am getting offended by that.
Well, we gotta look at it as well.
A lot of people view Batman as like this super dark and moody, like.
That's what.
That's also because of bat metal.
Bat metal, dude.
Bat metal, yeah.
No, dude, but Batman's also not like that, dude. He's not as edgy as people like think he is. Like he's not as moody. Like he's had his like kind of fun moments, dude. Like
out of the entire.
If you look at the animated series and like Justice League animated series, Bruce Wayne is very charismatic.
Not as moody as he is in The Dark Knight. Those movies, he's not as moody as he is in that.
Have you seen The Batman?
Oh, the newest one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately I have. That movie sucks too.
Well, if you want to talk about
really
moody,
that
he's moody. And I very much enjoyed it too.
I will say this, if you're looking for the edgelord in the Bat family, it's Jason Todd.
Oh, dude, yeah. Yeah, that's without a doubt. That's what that...
Damien is getting up there, but Jason
Todd was literally tortured.
No.
My guy calls a meeting of the...
You're just
talking shit.
No, you just don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Who's Jason Todd, Matt?
Robin.
Yeah, but which Robin?
What do you mean, which
What happened to him?
There are several different iterations
of
Robin.
Didn't the Joker, like, kidnap him or whatever the fuck?
Alright, so you do know.
And then he turned into what, fucking Red Hood?
Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Brilliant character.
Yeah, so you think I'm talking out of my fucking ass.
I do think you're talking about out of your fucking ass because you're wrong about what you're saying right now.
No, you're wrong. No.
When Jason Todd becomes like Red Hood and he bursts on the scene, this man meets all the mafia bosses and brings them their heads of their first lieutenants.
Say it again, Pat.
Huh?
When Jason Todd is first introduced as the Red Hood,
he
brings together all the mafia bosses of like all the different parts of Gotham, and he basically says, "You're all going to be my bitches now. You're going to work for me." And he throws his bag of their lieutenants' heads on the table.
Yeah, I could have done that though. Like really.
And he said, "That's all I did in 2 hours. If you give me a night, I'll take everything."
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's not really.
He was trained by fucking Batman and used it for more lethal force. That's what it was.
Yeah, I could have done that though. Like
that's what it was.
Like that's a good deal. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, it's
also he knew how to take on.
Yeah, all right.
Pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was his big selling point. I will give you protection from the bat because I can kick his ass.
Right. Right. And you want to know what? As much as I love the game Arkham Knight, they didn't do Red Hood justice.
No, they didn't.
At all.
I agree with
Nightwing
that.
has Mermaid Man's mask.
Nightwing is mermaid. Kinda. Kinda.
It's also, speaking of you, since you brought that up, it's kind of mind-boggling to me how they do Nightwing good and Red Robin good in the Arkham games, but then they completely bosh Jason Todd.
Well, Red Robin is a playable character in the Arkham games. He's not a part of the story.
Well, if you looked under the Red Hood,
Robin in Arkham Knight plays a very good part in the story because he finds out that Batman has been injected with Joker's blood.
Oh yeah, that's the DLC.
No, that's a part of the main story.
And he has HPV.
Yes.
Yeah, right. But then once Batman realizes Robin found out about that, Batman puts Robin in a cage. Remember that?
Yeah, because he's like, don't worry. After I collect all of them, I'm going to put myself in this cage. And then he's just like, I still have time. I have to go.
Right. Yes. Robin plays a very good part in that game.
A cage Robin. That's pretty poetic. Which
I feel like they did him pretty good too. So
who's that? Robin?
It was more the fact that they did because
Nightwing was very minimal in the Arkham series as far as storyline.
Well, they did his.
Yeah, dude, he was only really fucking relevant in that bonus mode where you fucking go around and
he's also in Arkham
that
Knight.
wave mode.
Well, in Arkham Knight, he's actually in the main story.
Oh, is he really?
But very little.
I did not play Arkham Knight. Actually.
Very little.
That's the only one I didn't play.
Arkham Knight's good.
He's in there because I think he helps Bruce take on Cobblepot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Red Robin, which is the Robin that has the hood and the bow staff.
Those games were pretty damn good, dude.
They
honestly.
were. And then
they tarnished it. Yeah. They tarnished it with Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but even before that, they had that other one, Arkham
Origins. That game is phenomenal.
Yeah, I love that.
Or am I thinking of I'm thinking of Arkham Knights.
Arkham Knights.
Oh no, Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
That's actually not connected to that universe. It's its own separate game.
What the fuck? That would have more of a relevance to that than Suicide Squad.
It's the selling point for people to get the game.
Basically, because you play as Damian, you play as Jason Todd, you play as Nightwing, you play as Batgirl.
Yeah.
And which still kind of blows my mind.
I want to play as Alfred. Where's my fucking Alfred game?
Yeah.
Alfred's in there. He's holding them
dude,
together.
Dude, Alfred's bro. Did you ever play the Telltale game?
Yeah.
Yo, Alfred's a fucking badass in that, dude.
Well, you
I
know
played a little bit.
Alfred comes out with the fucking Tommy gun when Two-Face breaks in the fucking Wayne Manor, dude.
Yeah.
That shit's badass, dude. Yo, Alfred's cool as fuck. Where's my Alfred Pennyworth fucking game, dude?
He has a show.
He has a show, Pennyworth.
Is it good?
Yes.
I heard it's pretty decent. It has 3 seasons, I think.
Alfred. Dude, Alfred's a fucking G, dude.
It's about him when he's younger. He's like a military
He was
operative.
with MI6, I want to say.
Something like that.
MI6.
Yeah.
Your GoPro just died. That's okay. We got to wrap this up soon. But what I will say about... All right, shut up. We get it.
Thank you, Machine.
Alfred... Have you ever seen Teen Titans Go, the movie?
Yes.
Bro, remember when they're looking at all the coming attractions? It's like Alfred, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Batmobile, the movie.
So
fucking.
Batmobile. Utility Belt, the movie. Yeah, it was so good.
It's my movie. My superhero movie.
2 and 3.
3 is...
Oh, 3 and 2, yeah, sorry.
Hellboy.
Whoa.
Really?
You like the reboot with David Harbour?
Yeah. And I will give you one particular reason as to why. Because I will...
You think it's better than Ron Perlman?
No. I will forever love the original ones because they kept such a dark and kind of gritty aesthetic.
Yeah.
Which I thought was brilliant because I had actually never been introduced to Hellboy since that. But the only reason I liked the newer one was because it actually gave Hellboy more of a personality. And he was more towards how he was supposed to be in the comics.
In David Harbour?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Did you see them?
That's my hot take about that.
I've seen the original. I didn't see the reboot.
But there was also the sequel to the original.
Yeah.
No, there was three. There was two Hellboys.
There was two Hellboys.
There was
two
Hellboys.
There's two original ones.
The original one and then Golden Army.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The David Harbour one I didn't see.
Yeah, I like that one because he he's still Hellboy, but he still is basically like how he is in the comic at points where he's like a kid, so he's just cursing up a storm and he doesn't give a fuck what his dad
So
says.
it's more comic traditional
Yes.
or comic accurate, that movie?
And they bring in a lot more characters from the comics where there's like I forget the name of the company that they like work under, but there's one lieutenant who's basically running with their team, and he is in the comics as well. He has this transformation where he changes into almost like a were-jaguar or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. A lot of people didn't like it because obviously you're bringing back Hellboy, and it's obviously not the original gentleman who played it.
Right, and it's also not directed by Guillermo del Toro either.
And that's another big thing they always wanted because he's brilliant at putting together.
A lot of people wanted Hellboy 3 for a very long time and still do.
I think they
with
should,
Guillermo del
honestly.
Toro.
Yeah, if he gets a point, definitely.
Would they bring back Mr.
But
Perlman?
I think they could because he's just full of makeup.
Yeah, and
They could just CGI it right now, like nowadays. You know?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want that though.
Another big.
Yeah, but you could just use his face, right, and just mocap his face.
Oh my god!
And then CGI the rest of Hellboy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, another thing for the original Hellboy, everything was kind of pre-established when we first meet Hellboy. So we meet Hellboy, we meet Abe, we meet his female friend. When you first see the newer Hellboy, it's still him kind of like putting everything together. He doesn't really work with his dad's forces.
Yeah.
And then 90% of them just want to put a bullet in his head.
And
that's heavily like called upon because there's this group called the Osiris Club, and they say, hey, we're going to go hunt these trolls. Did you want to come with us and help us out? Spoiler, they actually backstab him because he's the child of the one and try to kill him, but then the trolls destroy them.
Damn.
And then there's a whole nother thing that happens, but there are these groups that worship these beings. Abe is actually one of them.
Yeah.
And you actually see they're about to introduce Abe at the end of it.
Of the movie?
Yes. A newer Hellboy.
Get out. So they were leading up to like something else. My camera just fucking died on me too. How much time how long have we done this so far? Hold on. Sorry, I just need to check the time.
No, you're good.
1:52. We're about 2 hours in.
All right.
Was
that your last two?
That was my third, and then my second one was Dune.
Well, we could talk a lot about Dune.
Yeah, so we can push back.
We can just say it's better than the stupid fucking
it's better,
David
it's
Lynch
better
one.
than the original ones, in my opinion, because of all the beautifulness about it.
Yeah, I will say, Dune had a sci-fi miniseries.
Yeah, they're coming out profit, right?
What's up?
They're making.
No, are you talking about that something already came out?
No, it already came out like 2001. Like,
oh, okay,
yeah,
I
this is
didn't
like
know
early
that.
2000s. Like Dune had a miniseries, right?
Yeah.
Really faithful. Like the new Dune is not as faithful to the book as this miniseries is. This miniseries is very, very faithful to it.
A show?
Yes, it's like a miniseries. Yeah, it was like a.
Oh yeah.
And they adapt the first two novels. Of it.
Damn.
On what? Where did that premiere?
It was on the Sci-Fi Channel. It was a made-for-TV.
Get out of here!
Yes, dude. And
Really?
I watched the first episode and I got a bit into the second. Unfortunately, I didn't keep up with it. I should go back to it. I just got busy with other stuff. But
I gotta find that now.
it's good. Like it's good, but you gotta remember that it's made for TV and it's lower budget and it's not gonna be anything like.
It's like
even the David Lynch movie has better visual effects than this.
Oh shit!
Like but it's like very faithful to the source. The dialogue's very good. It's just like you gotta remember, like some of the sets on there, like they look like they're made for a fucking play, like on Broadway. Yeah, like they're kind of rough, and I remember it's a little. And then they have CGI in there, and it's not the worst CGI actually ever. But like if you want to see something that's like really faithful, but you want to see a visual representation of it, like that's it. And I would argue that when it comes to faithfulness, I wouldn't say they're as impressive as the new movies, but they're definitely probably more accurate and probably, I would say, a little better written, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah, I would say that.
Well, I did see a trailer came out for Prophecy. I am cautiously skeptical about it.
mine.
Whenever they try to expand a universe,
Wait, what? There's a what? Trailer for what?
HBO.
Dune Prophecy on HBO.
Doing a fucking HBO show now? This shit.
What is it?
Dude, what is everything gonna be a fucking like? I'm so tired of this shit, dude.
I don't know where.
Why can't I just watch one movie?
I think it's like 1,000 or many years before Paul Atreides.
Dude, everything has to be this expanded fucking franchise.
I
I'm
know.
so tired of
I
it.
know.
I'm so tired of it.
Yeah.
Cash grabs everywhere, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's all
Oh,
it
it's
is.
so annoying. Oh my fucking god.
Matt, let's hear your what are we? 3 and 2?
Yep, 3 and 2.
Are we on 3 and 2?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Let's what the hell? Where did that go? My thing is gone. My list is gone. Okay, what did I say last? I said Kong Skull Island.
Yes.
Oh shit! What the hell did I have on there? Dude, okay, well I'm just gonna go with the ones that I remember. I put Mad Max Fury Road on there.
Oh,
Great choice. And just in time too, because we have Furiosa out now in theaters.
I don't give a fuck about that. Could not give a single fuck about that.
Okay.
I only give a shit
I
about
think
Mad Max.
I wanted to go see that more because it's Chris Hemsworth as a villain.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So, have you
Me
guys
too.
seen the original Mad Maxes?
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Okay, all right. First one.
With what's his name, Mel Gibson. Right?
Yeah, first one kind of poopy. Gonna be honest. First one's kind of fucking like a weird movie too. It's so weird
It's
because it's just so different. Because when you think of Mad Max, you think of like landscape, like just like this like desert wasteland,
Yes.
right? Okay, first movie's not that at all. First movie's about
like a highway, right? Almost.
yeah, but it's about kind of like the fall of that like the beginning of the crumbling of society, basically.
okay.
Yeah, and then a nuclear kind of like.
Isn't he also driving around like a taxi?
I think so. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
what
it's
the
about it's about saving his wife and kids, and they eventually get killed.
Get out.
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Oops.
Right, Pete.
Yeah. Second one, Road Warrior, fucking phenomenal movie. You should watch that movie.
No, Road Warrior, I heard is very good.
Oh, it's so good. That movie's fucking amazing.
I heard it's good.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard mixed things about it, but more
No,
of
dude.
it is
Next,
very
no,
good.
dude. That movie's incredible. That movie's awesome, dude. That's like American Fist of the North Star. That movie's incredible.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It might even been before, I think, right?
Probably.
Yeah, probably before Fist of the North Star. Great movie.
Fury Road is...
Well, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
Because then the third one comes out. Who the fuck was in the third one? Who was the Tina Turner, right?
Oh yes, Tina Turner was in.
the
Yeah,
third one, Thunderdome. That movie is a so bad it's good movie.
Okay.
That movie is so cheesy and dumb. It's really enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love Thunderdome just because it's so stupid. But like 2 is legitimately great, and 1 is kind of like just like weird, and just feels like it's so out of place in the universe. And
It's
then
like beginning Fallout.
Fury Road, when they brought that back, I was stoked for it because I watched probably shouldn't have when I was a little kid, but like I grew up watching like Fury Road, so not Fury Road. I'm sorry, Road Warrior.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like stoked for it, and it did not disappoint.
No.
Phenomenal movie, phenomenal entry, and like George Miller, the guy who directed it, he also directed Happy Feet. If you didn't know,
I did not know that.
He directed Happy Feet.
He did not.
Did he say he would kill himself if he did that again?
Yeah, he went back and said that was like. I think he said it was like stupid of him to do or whatever.
God.
So I think I don't know if he regrets it or
Losing
not.
his shit
But,
doing that crap.
he directed Happy Feet, so that was crazy.
I like
God.
Happy Feet.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's not bad. So he's got. I think he's a pretty good director. But he said like this isn't supposed to be like a sequel or a reboot. It's just a revisiting. He said, which what the fuck does that mean, George Miller? Shut the fuck up.
At this point, it was a reboot because of Furiosa.
Or it could have been a
Yeah.
sequel. Who I
Give
could
us
say.
more context there.
I could say it comes before like Road Warrior. You could easily say that since like none of them are really like interconnected like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. My favorite character is the Doof Warrior, the guy who stands on the truck and plays the guitar.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
dude.
That's so fucking cool, dude.
Dude, people. I feel like everyone's got amped up when
yeah.
they see when they see a
Dude, he's
scene like that.
badass
Real
too.
hypes.
Yeah. Dude, the music played such a huge part in
The soundtrack of that movie. I forgot. Yeah, that's a great soundtrack too.
The soundtrack's phenomenal. Soundtrack is phenomenal, dude. Yeah. And Tom Hardy's great. Little fun fact. Tom Hardy, who played Mad Max, and then Charlize Theron, who played the older Furiosa, they couldn't stand each other on set.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah.
They couldn't stand each other on set.
Wait, who?
Charlize Theron, who played Furiosa in Fury Road,
Okay, I couldn't stand who.
and Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy.
They both couldn't stand each other.
They're
Really?
co-star.
That's probably why they're not in a
co-star.
sequel.
But correct. And I think that's why a sequel was never made.
I did not give a fuck about Furiosa whatsoever. I thought she was one of the lamest characters in that movie, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I heard this new one is very good too.
Yeah.
I heard this new one is very good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, too bad. I'm not going to see it. I don't give a fuck about Furiosa. So.
Well, my number one
want Mad
Hollywood
Max,
crush is in the movie Anya Taylor-Joy.
I
So
want Mad Max 5, get rid of
Brilliant.
fucking Furiosa,
Brilliant
and have Mad
actress.
Max doing more cool fucking shit with the guy on the guitar returning.
Oh yeah.
what's his name
Didn't he die?
returns?
He died at
At the
Fury
end.
Road,
Yeah.
so he might be in this one.
He might be.
Oh, yeah, because it's a prequel, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid. Dumb as fuck.
It's going to be a whole trilogy.
Lame as fuck. Bring back Tina Turner, actually.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking badass. Bring back Thunderdome, dude. Bring back the Thunderdome. That's
They
such
might
a cool.
do a nod.
Yo, and the game that soon followed after that fucking movie, incredible. By the way, did you play the Mad Max game?
Based off Fury Road?
Well, based off Mad Max in general, it's just called Mad Max.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Is it?
That
Yeah.
game is incredible, dude. That is one of the best licensed games of all time. I fucking love that game.
Really?
Yeah,
I
you know,
never
it plays
even
a little
heard of
It
it.
plays a little like Arkham.
Really?
Yeah. Because you have a shotgun in it, but most of it's hand-to-hand combat because you only have a few bullets for your shotgun.
Wow.
Or a few shells, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
also, you
Great
build
game. It's
yourself up.
It's open world. You have your own car. Your car's called the Magnum Opus, and you work on the car and you add new parts to it, and you work on it throughout the entire. But you can also steal cars from other people. You got to fill up your fuel tank. You got to keep resources for your car.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get gas. It's not like a you don't have to, and you have to drink water, and that's it. It's not like a super resource heavy game.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I think.
It's bad.
Have you ever played Jack 3?
Mm.
Kind of remember.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting vibes like that when you're in the desert wasteland driving the cars in Jack 3. That's
Yep.
what a Mad Max game would be like.
Yeah.
I have not played Drag 3, but
Got
that's
a little
probably what it's
hunchback
like.
buddy in Mad Max.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you have a little hunchback out of
And
lives
the
on your
dog
car.
that helps you sniff out mines.
Oh my god, that game is amazing, amazing.
He
Dude.
has a harpoon gun, if I remember correctly. Something like that.
What was this game for?
It was for PS4, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, PS4, Xbox One.
You still could probably
Really?
find it out
Oh,
there.
it's super cheap now too. It was on PS
Has to
Plus
be.
not too long ago.
Has to be.
It
Yeah.
was on PS Plus.
Wait,
maybe-
for free?
yeah,
Yeah.
like a few years
Get
ago.
out
I
of here.
think.
Oh,
yeah.
a few years ago?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
You can probably
I can't
still
remember.
find it in the library.
Dude, you can find the game for probably $5 online. To be honest with
Yeah.
you, it's cheap, but it's really good. If you like that universe, you'll love that game.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's not even if you don't really know anything about Mad Max, you probably still like that game. It's that fun. If you like Desert Wasteland kind of bullshit,
Yeah.
They had different
game.
factions or part of the War Boys. I can't think of the name.
And there's references to all the movies in it too. They have the plane that in 3 from Thunderdome was in it as well. So there's like a love letter to it. It's awesome.
There's
Great.
also some characters that are random as fuck. They don't understand.
Thunderdome was in it. They have the Thunderdome part too. You
Yeah.
have to compete in Thunderdome at one point.
Ah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool that game's awesome. So yeah, if you like Mad Max, definitely check out that game. That game's fucking crazy good.
Okay.
My next one that I just can't. Where the fuck did that go to? I'm so mad that I think I deleted it by accident.
Can't wait for you to all hear my last one.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Is your number one?
No, it's not my number one.
Oh,
This
your
is my
number
number
two.
2. Yeah. Great movie.
Agree.
Great movie. And I saw the original. Love the original Planet of the Apes.
Me too.
But I think that's more of a philosophical kind of. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the smartest movie ever, but I think it's definitely more of a smart movie than Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
The plot twist.
Of the end of it was pretty good, but
Makes
even
the movie.
there was philosophical, there was debates within between the characters in that.
Yes.
Did you see the first?
The original?
Yeah,
Yes.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Great movie.
It is.
Great movie.
It is.
They
Yeah.
blew it up.
But the reboot franchise, I should actually see the new one too. So that's because
I watched it.
was it good?
Excellent.
Was it? It's worth
was.
it. Awesome, dude. Because I actually really enjoyed that.
I was very iffy on them continuing it,
Yeah,
and
I thought
was-
it ended fairly well, so I'm surprised they
me
brought
too.
it back.
And especially because they brought in a different director. It wasn't going to deal with Caesar anymore. It was still excellent.
My favorite character.
Wes Anderson. He's on my radar now as a very good director.
Wes Anderson directed it.
Yeah.
What else did he do? Didn't he do like Isle Dog? Didn't he do all the weird movies?
I don't know what else he directed.
Wait a minute, Wes Anderson.
I think it's Wes Anderson. I'm pretty sure it's Wes Anderson. He's gonna direct the live-action Legends of Zelda movie.
Oh, that's gonna be hype.
Yeah.
That's weird as fuck. I can't believe they're doing live action.
Yeah, dude.
I like the orangutan in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, by the way.
Me too.
That's my favorite character.
too.
I love that orangutan.
I love that orangutan.
Is he in the new one?
No.
Or did he die? I can't remember if he died or not.
Oh yeah, Wes Anderson did a fuck ton of weird movies. He did
Isle of Dogs, dude.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
I love Isle of Dogs.
Oh wait, I heard that movie's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
You should see how they filmed that. That's funny as hell.
Isn't that claymation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, stop motion, yeah.
Stop
funny as
motion.
hell.
Yeah.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. That was another funny one.
I heard that was pretty good too. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen a lot of his films except for this one.
I don't think I've seen.
For Kingdom.
I don't think I've seen, I know Isle of Dogs. So I remember the commercials. And stuff
Oh,
for it.
dude, he directed that too.
Yeah, Isle of Dogs. Did you see that?
No,
I didn't see it either.
I haven't seen any of his movies. I guess, except for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of his movies, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Could I move on to my number one? Are you done talking about Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, I just want to say I really like that orangutan. He was really cool. And, I guess he died. I'm upset about that, but I don't remember it, so I can't be that upset.
My number one is Planet of the Apes.
Wow. The 2001 one?
No. Caesar, baby.
Oh, the Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Rise, Dawn, and War.
Okay.
And this is
I'm surprised you had him on there too. That's interesting.
Dude, this is a throwback to the very first episode of this podcast where we did our top 5 trilogies of all time. And me and Luke both agreed.
Was I on that? I thought I was on
No.
No? Okay.
No. Me and Luke both agreed that the new Planet of the Apes trilogy is one of the most underrated trilogies of all time. It's not talked about enough. I think it's a masterpiece. And even though War was the only one that went a little slightly
Below
below
the curve. I didn't think it was a bad movie though.
It wasn't a bad movie, but slightly below where its standard was at. It's still a fantastic. Like Dawn, the second one, is my favorite out of all of them.
Oh yeah.
Rise, the first one, phenomenal. The evolution of Caesar and in his intelligence and the rest of the apes.
I remember it's crazy during the credits in that movie, and you see how it like spreads.
Oh, with the airline pilot.
Yes.
The neighbor.
And I was like, holy crap.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
When Caesar first says no.
No.
Yeah. What a strong scene.
And
what a
like,
very
what
strong scene. Yeah. And the whole trilogy was fantastic. It's my number one. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the
battle on the bridge was awesome.
You want to know why? Yeah, the battle on the San Francisco bridge, yeah. But this is my number one over the Dark Knight trilogy because you had a franchise besides the what was it, the 2001 reboot?
I think there were sequels to the original, weren't there? Weren't there like 2 other like sequels?
No,
to the
yes,
original?
but besides that, there was like a reboot of Planet
2001,
of the Apes in
yeah.
2001
Who
with
the fuck was in that? Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg was in it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But besides that one,
I actually never saw it.
No, it was bad.
Oh, did
it
you
was
see
bad.
it?
You're not missing anything.
No, you're not. It was bad.
Let's be honest.
But besides that one, you made a reboot to a franchise that was so good, and then you made it even better. Mm-hmm. You gotta be studied. You gotta be studied in a lab.
Don't know if I would say it's better than the original.
No, I think
I would say they're 2 very different movies. To be completely honest,
they are. But
and I think a lot of people, it's not talked about because a lot of people outside looking in would see this as like some kind of schlocky like movie.
What, the newer ones?
Yeah. If you're an outside person looking in, you see this as just some dumb schlock kind of like action movie, right?
No.
Yes and no.
I would, dude, come on. Like, if you've seen that,
I don't see what he means by it at all.
I don't think the trailers do those movies justice. I think those movies have a lot more emotional depth.
The newer ones, I feel like they did pretty well.
But that's what I'm saying.
So what, you're talking about the trailers more than the actual movie, right?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like the outside the person unfamiliar with these movies who doesn't know anything about it would probably see them as like Transformers kind of schlock.
I don't agree with that at all.
You don't think a person who has no idea what these movies are, they see the trailer for it, they're like...
Are going to compare it to Transformers?
Are going to say that's just like some dumb action movie.
No.
Really? You don't think so?
No,
I
at
get
all.
that vibe very, very
I feel like they
profusely
convey
from
a
them.
lot of emotion.
It does convey a lot of... Dude, Caesar is one of the best characters ever in a motion picture.
I'm not saying the movies. I'm not talking about the movies.
No, I know,
I'm talking about the advertising and how the movies are presented.
I know what you're saying,
Okay.
and I still don't agree with you.
All right, interesting.
No.
Really interesting.
I think it was for one, like I think it was Dawn for Planet of the Apes. They did an advertisement where Caesar is basically at the little human settlement, and they're saying apes do not want war, want to live like.
I know what you're talking about.
And they're all there. They're all like organized and everything like that. It just shows how much their intelligence has grown.
Yes,
dude. The new trailer in particular that I've seen going around is definitely
the
very
newer one?
Yeah, it's definitely very action oriented.
It is, but it also shows the fact that.
Did you watch it?
No, I haven't got to the yet. I will say that it got more to the fact that the apes have increased in knowledge and now are using more tools. Like they have shock rods, they have armor.
Yes.
They have a sophisticated language that they're speaking, like speaking English. But like the humans, except for that one girl, obviously I'm not going to say why, but she's like that. But the other humans, they're like Neanderthals.
Yeah.
They use like fucking
can't
sign language
speak.
or something because that was a side effect of the virus. It takes away like your vocal cords.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let me just tell you one little thing about the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
As Caesar is brought up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, none of the apes know who Caesar is.
Yeah, that is a big thing as well.
They don't know who Caesar is.
Why?
Because we're talking generations on generations.
Oh, this takes place far in the future.
Yes.
I think it's
Okay.
like 200 years?
Something like that.
200
That's
years,
crazy.
They don't know who Caesar is.
But I think I was telling you this at the liquor store when I saw you that one time.
Yeah.
It is funny how the main character they have now, he has the same scar and the same markings as Caesar.
Yes.
Am I wrong in the? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
But I just want to. When's the last time you saw the first, like the original Planet of the Apes? Did you see that
Like
recently?
the original?
Yeah.
Like with Master?
No, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
well
been
I don't
nice.
remember, but remind me if I'm wrong. He wanted to fuck the monkey woman at one point.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that, brother.
I thought he did. The female scientist, Dr. Monkey.
The astronaut wanted to?
Yeah.
I think
was
we're-
that like something
wait,
that
wait,
was
wait.
like implied or
I
like?
think we're thinking about the Mark Wahlberg one because he kisses the ape at the end.
I didn't see that.
Oh, wait,
movie, though.
yeah. He
I didn't-
does. He does, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
disgusting. That makes me.
Yeah, he does.
That's like really. That's
He
fucking
does,
vile.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's not the one I'm thinking of because I didn't see that one. But I thought, or I might just be getting confused with that Robot Chicken skit where they talk about fucking the monkey. I don't remember.
No, I get what you mean now.
I don't know
But
about...
there's nothing like that in the newest, like in the newer movies.
No.
At
No.
all about fucking.
Also, a little fun
Monkeys.
fact, too, when Matt Reeves... Because Matt Reeves didn't direct the Rise. He directed Dawn and War. The studio originally wanted the second movie after Rise to be far in the future and not even deal with Caesar. And Matt Reeves was like, no, we're going to
Bring it
develop
back.
Caesar. And what a great choice. Because Caesar's character...
Grew.
I'm telling you, Caesar is one of the best movie characters ever to exist. He's amazing. He's the best of one of the best developed characters ever, I think, because you're actually seeing him develop cognitive abilities and like intelligence. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal,
Especially in
and
that
that's
first
why
movie.
it's my number
That
one.
first movie, you definitely see the progress.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah,
course, but
first
in
movie.
every movie, you see.
No,
the
of course, but that
progress.
first movie is just such a stark, like kind of like you just like see that evolution. Like
Oh,
really just
yeah.
take place, like,
Starts
so
learning
much.
signs.
Yeah.
Teaches it to
That
the
really,
other
that
brother.
first movie is the most memorable to me, to be honest with you. The second and third kind of blend in.
The second one, I think, is the best.
I agree
Really?
with that because
The second is the best.
reason-
Koba,
I fucking hated Koba.
dude,
That's the only reason I remember.
but
He's a good villain, though.
exactly.
He's a good
You
ass
hated
villain.
him because he is a good villain.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Who's-
Koba's great.
I forget the actor that played him, but he was really good.
I'm not too sure who it is. I'm not too sure who it is. But you had great actors in throughout all those movies. Different actors. That's James Franco's best movie right there, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Another fun fact is he didn't know that he was
James Franco's best movie is Spider-Man 3, dude.
Okay. His best scene
If
might
not
be in
Spider-Man 1. No, Spider-Man 1. Some of his best scenes are in
I
Spider-Man
would
1.
say it would be The Interview.
Oh,
The Interview,
God.
that movie's fucking horrendous, dude.
I like that movie, but it is horrendous.
What are we doing? Top 10
That's why I
movies banned
talked
in other
about it.
fucking countries.
Yeah, right. That's a good topic.
I also found that fucking hilarious when he was like, you must not show this movie in theaters," and we were just like, "What are you gonna do, man?"
Well,
Honestly.
they
Like
did.
nuclear war with the interview?
They did do
They
something.
did back down over it.
No. Sony Sony got hacked
Oh yeah,
massively before that movie came
Yeah, remember
out.
the leaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kim Jong-un threatened, like...
They threatened everybody, and they were like, "What are you gonna do, bro?"
Right,
We could
but
blow you off
but
face the
but,
map and no
little
one would care.
conspiracy theory. That's what they did. They hacked Sony.
That could be true, honestly.
Why?
Yeah, but they
That's
pulled
way
that
too
movie.
convenient
They
to.
pulled that movie from theaters.
Correct.
I know.
It went
But I'm
straight
saying,
to streaming.
So they did back down.
Yeah, in a sense they did.
They did.
But it still got released.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, what, like months later?
No.
No,
No.
I think it was the
Very,
day.
very, very close
week?
to when it got
Are you
taken out of theaters.
No, dude, I thought it was
No.
not a few weeks later.
No,
it's definitely some.
You're right. It wasn't a few weeks later. It was earlier than that.
No, dude.
I'm telling you, it was.
Are you sure?
It was. Yes.
I thought it was
There,
at least I thought it was at least a month.
It was Christmas
Actually, now I'm
time.
thinking about it.
It was Christmas time. No, they released that shit right away. They weren't. I guess they weren't giving up that publicity about all the shit that was going on with
Why
that.
pull it from theaters then? That's interesting.
I don't know. Let's get to your number one, Pat.
Yeah, let's get to your number one, Pat. Pat, give us your number one.
The Great Gatsby.
Ooh. I didn't see. I didn't see the remake with Leo and Toby.
I actually did see that. Is there an original movie?
Yes,
Really? There's
yeah,
there's a movie
yeah.
before that one?
Yep.
Way back when.
Yep.
The only reason I knew about this was because in one of my classes for reading, we watched the original movie. It's like way back when. I think they said it post World War One.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's when it
way
came
back
out.
when. I think that's when they set the story, but I think I'm not exactly sure when it came out. But
Yeah.
like it was around that time, and I think that the remake was so much better.
Great choice.
Yeah, man.
I would have never expected that. And that's a good reboot contender to put on a top 5.
Great book. The movie I really liked as well. My only problem with it was its use of like modern music.
Yeah, that was
Weird. I thought the music choice was weird. I get what they were trying to do, trying to convey like what the era was like to a modern audience, right? And I get what they were. I get that, but it was just so like weird, like with the 20s aesthetic.
They had hip hop and like
combined
Kanye
with
West.
like Katy Perry and whatnot.
Yeah, Will.i.am was in there. I feel like he fit more than everybody else.
I feel like you can use more modern music, but I feel like the pop was just, I don't know. Like, I don't think that was the best choice.
I don't even think that was back then. I don't even think they had that. I think it was more classical.
Definitely didn't have it back then.
Theater.
It almost reminds
Are you
me
talking
of
about like original music in the 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
Nothing at all,
At all.
like that. No, absolutely
Want to know what that
not.
kind of reminds me of? Another Leo movie, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah.
Did they use the Taylor Swift song?
No, I'm not. I'm not even talking about music.
I actually watched that one too.
The new
Dude, that-
Romeo and Juliet with Leo is more action oriented and
both had-
edited very crazily.
They had Desert Eagles and shit.
Yeah, no, it was it was weird. It was weird.
Well, this might, the new reboot with Tom Holland might replace that one.
No, that's a Broadway show. That's a Broadway show.
That's a Broadway show? I thought there was a movie.
No, it's a Broadway show that's
I was about
playing
to say,
now.
why the hell would you make another one about that? I feel like it's just so like washed over.
No, Tom Holland's playing Romeo, and some woman's playing Juliet in a Broadway show right now.
Well, he loves that. He loves doing that. So I feel
Yo,
like
to
it's
touch
good.
on
Yeah.
it, Great Gatsby, phenomenal casting in that movie too.
Oh, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, great choice for
Great
Gatsby.
choice. Yeah.
Tobey Maguire,
Maguire.
great choice for Nick. Great choice, actually. Yeah, he filled that role pretty well.
Oh, I agree with that.
I love
I
how
agree
they
with
gave
that.
the little like allegory about where he's in the insane asylum. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna write this book. What should I call it? The Great Gatsby."
Yeah, awesome movie. Definitely awesome. That was just the only weird choice. I didn't like the music. The music selection in it, but I can definitely see why you wouldn't want to use 1920s music in that.
I could see why not, but also at the same time, fuck it. Do it.
Exactly. Why not?
Do it.
See where it goes.
Use 1920s?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with the way that movie was shot, it was shot so modernly, you know, and it was so kind of... It was a little bit over the top, I would say, the way it was shot.
Oh yeah, when they went to the barber shop and they had to like knock on the certain part of the door, and then they just went down the spaghetti and it's just giant open room.
Yeah. I'm talking
it's like,
about,
how the fuck do you fit that, bro?
I'm thinking about the party when he's just
throwing,
you know, stuff, and when they're in the chase sequence as well, going down the road, like you know.
When they hit the girl.
Yes, but they're initially in a race.
Yep. And then he let the woman drive, and then Gatsby took the fall for that, which it made me so upset when I was watching it. And I was just like, this is making it more of a good movie for me because I actually give a shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah, and I thought it was pretty well adapted from the book as well, despite you know how it. Yeah, it was. I just thought it was a little. At the end. I just thought it was a little exaggerated, which I didn't mind. I kind of like that stylistic choice. I thought it was an interesting clash with how you perceive that story to actually be when you're reading it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, great movie. Definitely, I would say that's definitely a good movie. Yeah. So it's my number one, right?
Number one.
I talked about it earlier. My number one is Amazing Spider-Man.
It is really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it because of Andrew Garfield or what?
I think Andrew Garfield was a great choice. So my opinion on the Tobey Maguire movies is not a lot of nostalgia for them. I love those movies to death. All right. But there's also a sense of ironic enjoyment from them, especially the first one and the third one. I definitely like people that make fun of the third one all the time. Go back to that first one because that movie's definitely a fucking super schlocky too. I think the only legitimate like really good one was the second one.
The second one is excellent.
Dr. Ock.
That's a
Doc Ock is great.
But the acting, everything in that movie was great. But it's more. I like the first and the third one because they're just they're more fun to watch for me.
Oh, True. Right.
Because they're just more schlocky.
Yeah.
The scene
2 is actually a little boring because it's just that good of a movie for me because I'm just not as entertained because it's not as fucking stupid, to be honest. They're great movies. They definitely are. I love them to death. I always will. And I think they're more rewatchable than The Amazing Spider-Man. But The Amazing Spider-Man was definitely emotional. That was one of the first movies, and I was 12 at the time. It was one of the first movies that made me cry at the end, actually. When he's on the phone and he's talking to, he's listening to Uncle Ben's voicemail. He's staring at the spider mural at the end there. Yeah. That got me emotional when I was a kid.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
Then, for Gwen in the third one.
The second one.
Oh, the second one?
She was in the third
they only
movie
made
too.
2.
Oh, she was?
She only made 2.
No, she was in the third Spider-Man.
Gwen Stacy makes her first appearance in the original Spider-Man 3. Yes.
Yeah, I thought just Andrew Garfield was a great choice for it. I thought American accent was great. I didn't even know the guy was British until years later, actually.
Me neither.
And I was like, why is Tom Holland, why are they casting a British dude?
Right.
And then I found out Andrew Garfield was British, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? But yeah, I thought Andrew Garfield's great in the role. I think he's a great Spider-Man. I think he's definitely better than Tom Holland.
Oh, that's without a doubt. I think Tom Holland's the worst Spider-Man.
Tom, but yeah, Andrew.
I think Tom Holland's a good actor. I don't like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I don't like him as Spider-Man, but I think he's a good actor.
I would say the opposite. I think he's a good Spider-Man, not the best Spider-Man.
But you think he's a bad actor?
Maybe that's a little too harsh. I don't think he's the best actor, no.
I don't think he's the best, but I think he's a pretty decent actor.
I think everything else I think everything else he's been in has failed.
Well, everything else he's been in has kind of fucking sucked, but his acting is not responsible.
Is not the problem, right? Is not the problem.
I don't think he was the right casting choice for Nathan Drake, but I don't think he was a terrible actor in that movie either.
No.
I think he's a fine actor. I just think he gets a lot of shitty fucking roles, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, agreed.
I also feel like Amazing was as close as we got to having the Sinister Six.
It is.
You know what? I think if
that's also what ruined that franchise.
Yes. You know what? If Timothée Chalamet wasn't Paul Atreides, I think Tom Holland could have done it. I think he could have done it, dude. No, I think so, absolutely.
No. I think all right, no disrespect. No disrespect to Tom Holland. Timothée Chalamet is a 10 times better actor than Tom Holland.
Oh, I can agree with that. But Tom Holland, Tom Holland looks younger than Timothy, right?
No, I wouldn't even say that.
I would say
Tim
that.
looks younger.
No,
I think they're both equal. I think they're both equal
say,
to each other.
I would say Tom looks younger, and I would say,
but that doesn't even matter.
And I would say, well, Paul Atreides is supposed to be 15.
I don't think Timothy looks 15 at all.
I think Timothy looked like kind of 18.
Actually, in the first movie, sure, I could see a more 15-year-old.
I think Tom.
But in the second movie,
than Timothy
in the second Dune movie, he looks a lot older.
Yeah, he looks a lot older.
He looks a lot older.
I think Tom looks closer to 15 than Timothy does.
I think that was also because they had to do a small time lapse.
Yes, yeah, you're right. But then again, the second movie didn't take too far in advance than the first movie.
Yeah. And that brilliant one that I think they did, I think we spoke about this, was where in the second movie for Dune, they didn't have the daughter come in yet.
Correct.
Mom was still able to talk to her, but she wasn't there.
Oh, that was also not in the book, by the way. The baby talking to the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think that's what they did because they didn't want to introduce her yet.
And Paul doesn't kill Baron Harkonnen.
No?
No, the daughter does.
Really?
There is a time skip in Dune that the movies didn't show. There's a time skip.
Well, I do
during
know
the war and whatnot when there's a big time skip. Yes, the daughter's born and grows up. Yada yada. She kills Baron Harkonnen.
Well, I do know that the movie's very diverted away from the original.
Well, the first one was pretty close to it, and the second one kind of fucking.
No, yes, but they had to do that. But they had to do that for the movie purpose of it. I do know they diverted a good amount from the actual storyline.
No, dude.
I think it's for a very good way.
I think you could have made the first Dune book a trilogy. I think you could have done that. I think you could have gotten away with that. If you can make The Hobbit a fucking trilogy, you can make Dune a trilogy.
That's fair. I get that. That's fair.
And The Hobbit didn't even deserve to be a fucking trilogy in the first place. That book's
really
not long enough to be a fucking. It should have been one fucking movie, 2 at max. But yeah, Dune is a long ass book, dude. Dune's like what? Like almost 900 around pages? Yeah, that could have easily been fucking 300 pages, 300 pages, 300 pages.
Yeah.
Easily been a fucking trilogy.
Absolutely.
And then the second book is shorter, so that could have been a duology.
Yep.
So you could have had 5 Dune movies, like if you really wanted to keep it
pumping
accurate
them out
to the
like
books.
Marvel movies.
So
but the director that made the Dune movies, Dennis.
He's very particular as well.
He's very particular, and he's also one of the best that we have right now.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't have done it that way. He wants to do it. The way that he's done it, I think, is very smart with the way he crafts movies.
And I think it flows well. I definitely do, and I don't think the changes are horrific, but it's just not accurate. I mean, you know.
No, the story context, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and I don't think I'm a big fan of them skipping through the time skip. See, that would have been a perfect place to leave off and then have the time skip happen with the third movie and then follow up back with that.
Let's see what they do with the third movie now.
Well, the third movie's going to be the fucking second Dune book.
What is it called again?
Heretics of Dune, right? No, is that the...
Messiah.
Messiah of Dune, yeah. Heretics, I'm sorry, is like the fourth.
This is when he starts to go to his decline for Darth Vader.
Yeah. So
that's going to be interesting to see. But I think it's going to be his own take on it, too.
Yeah.
That was your number one, right?
Yeah. Just great. Wrap it up. Yeah. He's a great actor, and I think those movies are great, and I thought Lizard was a great choice for a villain as well.
I agree 100%. Lizard was a great choice.
Lizard's one of the most famous.
I think in the original comics, besides Vulture, Lizard is one of the very first villains.
Yeah.
Because Vulture is the first villain he fights in the comics.
I'm just upset that franchise we never got a Green Goblin with, because that's his arch nemesis. That's like
No, we did. Goblin was in the second movie.
Yeah,
he killed Gwen.
He wasn't.
That wasn't really like.
Would you say he's more Hob?
Yes.
He was more Hob.
Yes.
Yeah, than Green Goblin.
Yeah. But he is considered Green Goblin. That's what they wrote him as.
Yeah, I thought that was more like New Goblin, fucking Spider-Man 3-ass Goblin, dude.
Little Goblin gonna cry?
Little Goblin Jr.?
Little Goblin Jr. gonna cry? Yeah. Alright. I think we rounded off our list pretty well. I'm happy to hear all of our choices. There are some good ones that I might have to rewatch or watch for the first time.
Yeah, me too.
And
like Mary Poppins, right?
No, not Mary Poppins. I'm sorry, but that one didn't hit with me. That one didn't hit with me. No disrespect to
It was an interesting choice. I didn't even know they did a reboot, to be quite honest with you.
No, I knew about it, but I had just no interest in it.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Wonka.
I hated Wonka.
I would only watch it because of Timothy Chalamet. That was it.
He's a great actor, dude.
I think that's why I did watch it.
Yeah. Him and who was it? Keaton Peele? No.
Yeah. Keaton Michael Key.
Yeah, Keaton Michael Key.
Yeah.
Toad.
Yep. Yeah, Toad. He plays the cop, and he was a great part of that movie.
Oh, yeah, he was funny as hell.
Timothy wasn't bad in the movie either. It was just a little bit too corny for me.
Yeah, and then they had the old Nemesis thing, and I was like, why? I would much rather just see him build his store.
No, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Can I put one more honorable mention out there?
Yeah.
I like the Illumination animated version of The Grinch.
No, you don't.
I do, I actually do. Have you seen it?
No, I will never watch it.
I like it.
That's a reboot that should have never been made.
Now, dude, I don't even know if you could call it a Jim Carrey movie like a real version of The Grinch either.
A reboot that never should have been made, a reboot trilogy that never should have been made,
Star Wars
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh shit, those were horrible with the fucking Michael Bay ones, dude.
The Michael Bay,
Holy
the
shit.
2 movies there. Yeah.
God awful.
Holy shit. Yo, fucking those original ones are badass, dude.
Yeah.
The 90s ones, dude.
Fucking
Secret of the Ooze.
Well, I saw 1 and I saw 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Oh.
You know what? I didn't see 1.
3.
I saw 2 and 3. I never saw the first one.
3 is the one where they time travel.
Yeah, that one's fucking awesome, dude. I
didn't see that one.
Yeah, people hate it. I love it, dude. I think that movie's fucking awesome.
Interesting.
I know the first one they say damn a lot, which I was like, whoa. When I found that out, I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Those are classic movies as well. I love the costumes.
Because the third one started out with the musical bit where they they're in the cave and then they just start jamming out to the songs of the times.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the third one.
Third one that's the time travel one.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember that. Dude, it's been so long.
Oh,
that's where they go to Japan back.
Yes,
in the day.
yes, and they get the fucking samurai armor.
Yes,
yes.
Yes.
Try to make the pizza and they fuck it up completely.
Those are classic characters too.
Correct.
All right, guys. I know you can't.
Died.
What?
2 cameras died. Did that
2 cameras died. Yeah. No. Pat's the only one living right now. Yeah. Last man standing. I know you guys can't see me right now, but just to let you know, I hope you guys enjoy it. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay.
Be all right.
Yeah, whatever. We'll keep it like that for now. It doesn't matter.
You're the star of the show, but okay, if you want to do that.
If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Frank_videos. And you can listen to this podcast audio version only, especially at times like these right now where cameras have died, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Pat, I want to thank you once again for joining for the very first time on the podcast. Hope to have you on more episodes in the future.
Yeah.
Maddie Ellis, it's great to have you back. It's great to have you back.
Man. Can I just say something real quick? I think you should say to people, hey, thanks for logging on.
I kind of use the logging on term as okay, and we're logging on for episode.
But when you're saying goodbye to your guests, you'd be like, hey, thanks for logging on with me. I think that'd be a really cool idea.
You know,
this is fucking bullshit, Frank. Don't fucking fight me on this. Cause I'm gonna start my own podcast.
I'm gonna fight you on it. I get it, but I think it's a little too.
You're a visionary like me. You're just not a visionary.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little too corny for me. I think it's a little too corny for me. Maybe at the end I should start saying, and with that said, have a good night and logging off. How about that?
I like mine better, but whatever.
Actually, the logging off thing is actually pretty corny too.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just not going to use both. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night and peace out. Baseballs?
It's on my list.
It is. Okay, all right.
I had Spaceballs on DVD.
Me too. That's how I saw it. My dad introduced me to it because he loved it. The Barf. May the Schwartz be with you. Very, very classic lines and scenes from that movie. And it's probably one of the oldest parody movies out there, no?
Yeah, I think there's... when I was looking through the list, there was a lot of older ones that I was not as aware of, just stuff that I hadn't watched before, stuff that I wasn't as well versed in.
Yeah.
But there were a couple old classic ones that kind of got it rolling.
Yeah.
And then I think this came around in the 80s. So you're right with it being... I don't think it's one of the first. I think it's one of the most popular.
Yeah, and probably one of the more prevalent ones that did get that bull.
I think it definitely would be top 10 in popularity.
Media.
Because, and I'll be honest, I think spoof movies, I think you can, not maybe us, but I think more people would name older spoof movies than newer ones.